duh, duh, duh. Adam motherfucking Eget. How are you, buddy?
Brother?
Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me on.
Please. I'm excited to see you.
Dude, I haven't seen anybody.
I know. It's like you're a long-lost friend. Like,
it feels that way.
Yeah.
But it also feels like you're literally like the only person I've seen.
You haven't left the house?
Not much. I go out on daily walks. But
oh, no. That's
really
not good for the mental health.
It's not good at all.
How you feeling? You all right?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Yeah?
I'm watching a lot of Korean baseball. And
why Korean baseball?
Because it's the only live sport available.
Oh, they're playing in Korea already?
Oh, it's wild. There's stands, stadiums are empty, but they have like cardboard cutouts.
Oh, no, they don't.
Cheerleaders with masks and
Really?
like DJs. It's hilarious.
Oh, wow.
But it's great. It's
Weird.
fun.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
So they use cardboard cutouts in the audience?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
just
so,
in like the
that's
front where the cameras are behind home plate.
Oh, that's too strange.
Oh, it's hilarious.
I think I saw that in a movie once. There was a baseball movie, and you could clearly see that there was cutouts. Because have you ever seen what happens when they take old movies and then they port them over to like Blu-ray?
No.
Oh, one of the best example is Aliens, the second.
That's my favorite action movie of all time.
It's a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
It's a great fucking movie. I don't think it's as good a horror movie as the original one.
It's not a horror movie.
Because the first one's a horror movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's James Cameron. It's just fucking guns blazing.
It doesn't stop.
Never stops.
It's the most adrenaline-fueled movie I've ever seen from beginning to end. It just keeps progressively getting more intense and more intense.
And you know what's great about those movies? The hero is a woman, and no one gives a fuck because they're so good. There's no like, oh yeah, it's a diverse movie.
Exactly.
It's amazing for women.
It's not
a
Captain
big moment for
Marvel.
women. No.
Yeah.
No, it's just Sigourney Weaver being a fucking badass, fighting the most evil monster movies have ever created.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
That's the
You
best.
know? Yeah, I mean,
I love it.
I'd love that kind of like gender equality when it's just equal because it's awesome and nobody even brings it up.
Exactly. Linda Hamilton in Terminator 2.
Perfect
It's like,
example.
are you fucking
Perfect.
kidding me? You
Bro,
don't
when
need to
she's-
bring it
when
up.
She's doing chin ups. You see her fucking back.
Just intense.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. It's amazing. Yeah, amazing. That's what I like. Like, you watch Ozark?
No, I
Dude.
tried. I watched the first 4 episodes and
it's
then
so
I didn't.
good.
Okay,
It's
so
so
get
good.
back into Ozark.
The 2 scariest bitches are women. The 2 scariest ladies in the show.
Okay.
The 2 scariest people on the show are 2 women.
Not Laura Linney.
No,
Okay.
no, but she's fucking great too.
She's great in everything
kind of
she's
scary
done.
too.
Oh, is she?
She's kind of scary too.
right.
And the decisions they're willing to make.
That's funny.
Here's Linda Hamilton doing chin-ups. Fucking this is
she's
pre-CrossFit, bitches. There was no CrossFit back then. She was a goddamn pioneer. She's
so-
like, I'm not gonna fucking die. She's
In the
doing
first
chin-ups.
one, I had a huge crush on her, and in the second one, she terrified me. She was so
Oh, yeah.
fucking awesome.
She's fierce. Well, she
Yeah.
became more fierce, right? She adapted to the world of the Terminators, which doesn't seem that far off from where we're at right
Not at
now.
all.
We're like closing in on Terminator
oh,
time.
definitely.
Dude, there's
So
a
what-
fucking article I was reading today about a bionic eye that will be available in 5 years that will be superior to a biological eye.
That's insane.
Insane. Within 5 years. And I was going to send it to Michael Bisping.
Yeah, that's like how do
gonna
they
send it
even
to him.
make how do they even make Black Mirror anymore? We're already surpassed.
Well, that's
it.
what the Black Mirror guy said. He's like, I'm not even doing the season.
No,
I can't
it's-
do it. The world's too absurd.
Yeah.
But my
Wait,
friend
what was
Michael Bisping, he's a former UFC middleweight champion.
Yeah, he's from like Manchester or
yes,
something.
exactly.
Right. Okay.
His one eye is like super fucked up. He's had several detached retinas to the point where it's basically blind. He barely can see anything out of one eye.
From fighting.
From fire, he's a beast.
Yeah.
Bionic eye could offer perfect sight, night vision within 5 years. Motherfucker.
That's crazy.
This is how they're going to get us, man. Between Elon Musk and these eyeball people, you're going to be half human. Half human in 5 years. This is 5 years, because 5 fucking years from now, they're going to have a human eye that you could, like, if you lose your eye, like Dan Crenshaw, he's going to be the first president with a bionic eye. He's going to have a bionic eye. He's going to have a fucking artificial super eye.
That's insane. Well, wait, what happened with the cardboard cutouts? You said that when they transferred to Blu-ray.
Yeah, what I was that's marijuana talking for you. Had a long week.
We we went from Korean baseball to
Yes.
bionic eye in like 2 minutes.
So this is the cutouts. They're showing us the cutouts in Korean
Oh
baseball.
wait, in soccer they got in trouble because they used the sex dolls.
Oh, that's not good. Why is that? First of all, if this is in America, everybody'd be triggered because it's all white lettering on red. Like, no, MAGA. They're MAGA in.
Yeah, robot drummers. It's intense. It's wild. It's like the XFL, but baseball in Korea.
It seems very strange.
It's hilarious.
So anyway, I watched Aliens on Blu-ray.
Okay.
And it's so terrible.
Why?
Not the movie itself,
Yeah.
but there's one scene where the spaceship is in the foreground, and in the background is supposed to be like, some space type shit.
Sure.
Right? It looks so bad because it was just a painting.
Right. It's a matte painting.
Yeah, and because the way they were focusing, you barely could see it. So it's fine in the film. When he was watching it in low def on his monitors, he's like, perfect, looks great. But in high def, it looks so fake.
That makes so much sense. They created in based on the technology available at the time.
Yeah, you shouldn't watch those movies enhanced. They should just keep them at the original resolution. It's really kind of stupid to do that because there's stuff they made decisions, man. Back when special effects weren't the same thing, they made decisions.
Exactly.
And they were good decisions.
Yeah, it's hard to watch some of those in high def.
You're like ruining the movie.
It takes you out of the whole thing.
Yeah, it does. There's something about also like there's something about when they colorize Gone with the Wind. And stuff like, hey,
what are you doing?
You're not supposed to do that.
I know.
You don't have to.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like colorize Schindler's List. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like you forgot what color a dress is. You forgot what a red dress looks like. Bitch, I know what a dress looks like. This is a time capsule. Right? That movie's a time capsule.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone's my favorite television show of all time. I've seen every episode at least 5 times.
I would agree with you, and specifically because the fact that it came first. But I put Black Mirror in that league.
Black Mirror was so good.
It's so good.
Do you have a favorite Black Mirror episode?
Yes, the one that you and I watched when we were getting NAD'd, the museum. Black Museum.
That was that was horrific.
Damn.
Terrifying.
God damn, that was good. So good. That and Crocodile.
Crocodile was very underrated.
Very terrifying.
Terrifying.
Because you could see like a good person making these choices, and these choices accelerate to the point where.
She was great.
Woo!
Yeah.
That's such a good show.
Yeah, that was a great one. I loved the Star Trek one. I know it was very popular,
the Star Trek
but that one was
good.
So well done.
Very good. Very creepy, man.
Oh,
very possible, right? Like
all of it. Look at the Trump one. There's so many. They had it was a bad episode, but it came true. It basically
I didn't see the Trump one.
It was like Waldo. It was like this puppet. It was like this cartoon. There was like this mascot who became president, and he was just saying all this outlandish shit. Like
I haven't seen them all. I haven't seen them. He hardly even. The problem is he said outlandish shit over the course of X amount of years. And if you like dissect it, it's like he's just spouting it out all day long. The way they do it is they take you out of context and then they change what you are, right? Because if you're a guy like Trump who does say ridiculous shit sometimes, particularly before he was ever president. But a lot of people do. It's called talking shit.
Yeah.
And it's what a lot of people do, right? But you can't do that if you ever plan on being president.
Yeah.
But if you just take all of those talking shit moments and condense them together and go, this is him, you're like, oh my God, this is a monster. But nobody's like that all day. Like people vacillate, they vary. And
Yeah. There was someone, sometimes the internet really does some great work. And yesterday I saw somebody splice together that great soundbite of him suggesting that they inject humans with Clorox.
Lysol.
Lysol. Maybe I'm not a scientist, but maybe we do that. And then there's this great clip with Jim Downey and Billy Madison. I don't know if you remember that movie real well.
I saw that really recently.
So funny. So he's talking all this shit about maybe we can inject it into people. I'm not a scientist, but I don't know, maybe something there. And then it cuts to Jim Downey, and he's like, nowhere in your incoherent ramblings have you said anything that makes any sort of sense. I award you, everyone in this room is now infinitely dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul. It was well done.
Beautiful videos that people will post up as a response to things, and it's just like you can't say shit when someone says that.
They had a great one with Hannah Gadsby. Cut with audience. I guess I shouldn't talk about that. Probably.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
With the Apollo.
Night at the Apollo. Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah.
That one. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That video is hilarious.
I missed the
internet's
Comedy
undefeated.
Store.
Yeah, man, I miss the Comedy Store too. For people who don't know, like, who's this Adam guy? You are the man who got me to come back to the Comedy Store. You came to the Improv.
I mean, I appreciate that.
It's true.
That was my number one goal.
There's two things that happened. The first one was you coming to the Improv and talking to me and explaining to me things are different and all the old people.
We know each other for a long time.
Well, we knew each other from Tempe. Yeah, and then the second thing that got me to do it was Ari, when Ari was having his special there.
Dude, that was the hardest I ever worked to get them to greenlight that special. It was so important to me because we love Ari to death.
Ari is, to me, I mean, I've known Ari since he was a doorman at the Comedy Store. We became friends when he was a doorman. He was just starting out. And to see him go from being a doorman to filming his special at the Comedy Store, I was like, I have to be there. Even if I have to swallow my pride, I have to be there. So he was filming on a Wednesday, so I went on Tuesday just so it wouldn't shock my system and I could just appreciate his filming.
Nice.
So I came down Tuesday and it was roast battle, and I was like, holy shit. And Jeff Ross gave me this crazy introduction at roast battle, and that was the first time I was at the Comedy Store in 7 years, and and then I was seeing how creative everybody was. Like, the roast battle thing was so different because it's obviously like jokes that these guys had to write about each other. Yeah. So it's like it forces you into writing jokes. It takes away the one thing that fucks most comedians is that they don't write. So when you're forced into a battle, like you're going to have to do battle next Tuesday with this girl, and this girl's vicious, like you got to come up with some mean shit to say about her, and it better be really funny. And she's writing some mean shit about you.
Yeah, you already know that she's going to have some shit for you.
It's not my style. Right. I don't do comedy like that.
It's a different muscle.
Yeah, just a different. I'm too mean in real life. Like I don't want to turn that on for comedy. I don't like that part of me. I like to keep that part locked away. So, but when people get real mean and nasty with each other, I'm like, Jesus. Like, it makes me uncomfortable but laugh at the same time. But it's just not I don't have that thing in me. I'm not interested in that. But that style is, even though it's brutal, and everyone agrees. Like, everyone knows what they're doing to each other. And then I love how Brian has everybody hug it out.
It's great.
It's amazing.
It is great. And
he's the perfect host for it, too. He's so friendly.
He's just so likable. Yeah. He's charismatic. He is the perfect host for that.
Yeah, and it's just like the whole thing was, when I was there, I was like, man, this is just so different.
It's a wildly different club. When the old talent coordinator left, it was just a complete 180. Everything just started. You were the catalyst for the truly great years that we were able to experience before this epidemic, or pandemic. But it was you could see everything starting to shift a little bit with roast battle. And then when Tommy left, it was like the floodgates open. We were able to get rid of some of the old blood and some of the people that were weighing the lineups down. But you coming back was everything. I mean, that was so baffling to me when I first came to the Comedy Store about 10 years ago, because I remember hearing about the Mencia beef and everything, and then I'm like, what happened? And when I heard about what happened, I was like, how is this allowed? How did this happen? So I knew when I took over, I was like, I don't care what I have to do. And like, you made the decision all on your own. All I did was say, hey, give it a shot. Come down at least just to visit.
It just seemed like it seemed like a different world back then. It was just a different world. And then, after the old guard was kicked out, it was like an exorcism. Like the moment I came back to the place, I was like, this is a different place. It's not even the old Comedy Store, because in the 70 years, it had kind of gone through a new rebirth. I think that place goes through cycles. When I came there in the 90s, it was dog shit. It was terrible.
Tell me about it. What was it like?
Oh, my God, it was terrible. It was terrible, except for when the greats would show up. Like, every now and then, like, Martin Lawrence would show up. Every now and then, Damon Wayans would show up. Every now and then.
In their prime.
Yeah. In their prime. Yeah. Murderers. Dude, I've never bombed harder in my life than following Marlon. Or, excuse me, following Martin or following Damon. Following either one of them. Or Marlon. Yeah. Shit. Or Tommy Davidson back then.
Oh, he was great.
Oh, my God, dude. Dude, Tommy Davidson used to murder. Everybody murdered. But there was only like a few, and they wouldn't come that often. So it was like when Martin would come, the main room would be flooded with people just pouring out into the hallways. Like, people forgot how big Martin Lawrence was. In those days, this was the leather jumpsuit days.
Sure.
The You So Crazy days.
Yeah.
Bro, he was on top of the world.
Yeah, he was king of the world, for sure.
He was on top of the world. Like, people forgot. They forgot how hard he murdered, too. He was so good.
The hardest decision I ever had to make was one day Martin Lawrence and Chris Rock showed up at the same exact time, and they both wanted to go up. And I had to decide who was going to go on.
Oh, my God.
That was a tough one.
How long ago was this?
This was about a year ago.
Yeah.
Year and a half ago.
That's a hard one, you know?
Yeah.
But they should work that out.
Yeah, right?
That's not. It
That
shouldn't be on you. That's
me.
too hard for you.
Yeah, that
if
was
there's
a
two
tough
of them.
one.
I mean, I would go ahead, man. I'll go after you. How long are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't want any beef. And with those two guys, like, they're both legends. You know, they're both legends. When I used to follow Martin Lawrence, man, I developed like this ability to accept the fact that I was gonna eat shit and not be so scared, because I had gotten beaten down a bunch of times by those crowds. And that was the brilliance of Mitzi. She knew that, you know, it was a tough spot. You know, she just put me on after Martin Lawrence every time, dude. If she was on the lineup, it'd be like Martin Lawrence. He'd do 45 minutes, and then it'd be Joe Rogan. I'm like, death. You ever seen that video online where there's these Nigerian guys, or these African guys rather, and it's at a funeral, and when the music starts playing, they go to these guys, and then there's a guy getting knocked out, and then when the guy gets knocked out, like, you go back to the guys dancing with the coffin. It's a funny meme in MMA circles. You know what I'm talking about?
I just saw it. I think Donald Trump's account posted it with
my
a
God.
clip of Biden saying that stuff to Charlemagne.
Oh no,
Saying,
it
like,
didn't.
there's the Biden account going into the like.
Oh,
coffin.
please see if you can find that. Please see if you can find that. Who posted it? Donald Trump
I
himself?
think it was on his Donald Trump Snapchat. So whoever's controlling
my
that, and I
God.
don't think he's running his own.
So that's you
Snapchat,
in the
but-
coffin every time you had to do a set after mine.
I would eat shit. I would eat shit, and everybody would leave.
I love that about Mitzi, that she would do that. and if you ever once said anything about having to do it, she would put you on 10 times more right after the same
Oh,
spot.
she put you on at 1 a.m.
People
She'd
that-
be like, "Oh,
yeah.
you don't want that spot?
Oh,
Okay,
that's
I'll put you on at
awesome.
1 a.m. You fuck."
I love
And she would
that.
yell at you too.
And people that have beef, she would always put you one after the
Oh,
other.
yeah,
or
always.
people that
Yeah.
were dating and break up.
Yep.
I love that about her. Fucking love that. What a legend.
That's how you treat it as a real gym, because like that's where you would get that real workout in, is the emotional pangs. But it's also like, as a comic, you got to learn how to come out of the gate when
Yeah.
people don't know who you are and you have a lot to prove, and you're going on after someone who is a legend. So it's like you have to develop that ability to follow those folks, because in a normal club you would get a chance, right? You'd go on stage, it'd be easy. No
Right.
one killed before you. You just easy. You stroll out there. How's everybody doing?
Right.
Good looking crowd. Let me tell you something about my day. And you could kind of go into it, like, you know, ease into it. But after Martin Lawrence crushes, bro, you got to come with some strong shit right out of the gate. There's only like 25 people going to stay no matter what. you do.
Exactly.
No matter what you do. I
Oh.
would watch masses of people just lift off their chairs and leave the room. There just no one stayed.
Yeah, and I'll bet 50% of your set is just resetting the room. I
Yeah.
mean, how do you even? Good God, the first 5 minutes is.
You learn how to eat shit. This is Donald Trump. This is actually Donald Trump's Snapchat, and he put this. This is these guys right here. This, and it comes with this fucking music. There's so many knockouts. Here it is.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
And it's them carrying a coffin that says Biden for president on the coffin.
The president tweeted that.
Yes, of course he did. Look, dude, he knows how to use the internet, man.
He
And
sure does.
his son knows how to use the internet. Donald Trump Jr., they use him for all the wild shit. When they need to post something really wild, they go to Don Jr.'s Instagram.
That's fucking great.
Listen, man, they're playing dirty. Everybody's playing dirty.
Yeah.
The world's playing dirty.
Different
They're all
worlds.
pretending you're someone who's not, lying about this. No one's going to be honest. It's just about creating impressions and memes and getting these short attention span motherfuckers to hold on to a narrative as hard as possible. Russiagate, Russia, whatever it is. If you ask people, they're upset. They don't even know what happened. That's 90% of the people out there, man. We live in and now it's going to be even weirder because everybody's going to be so stressed out because the economy's in this shit.
Yeah.
And it's not going to get out of there anytime soon. It's going to take some time. And
What's going to happen? I mean, is this going to be class war? Because the people that can afford to stay home,
Yes.
They want everyone to go out and get the economy going. Like, they're super rich.
Yep.
They don't give a fuck about people dying. They can stay in their mansions.
There's that aspect of it. There's also and those are the ones that I don't think are looking at it correctly in terms of like the actual danger of the virus. But then there's other people that are like, hey, I don't want to lose my business. Yeah. Why don't you restart the economy so I can take a chance? I'd rather take a fucking chance. I'm losing everything. I'm 99.9999999% sure I'm going to fucking survive this.
Right.
You know, and I'm gonna know it's coming. I'm gonna take a lot of vitamins. Like, let me do what I have to do, and let's quarantine the people that are in danger. Let's quarantine old people. Let's keep them away until it goes away.
Yeah, that's reason.
Quarantine sick people, and this is what we need to do. This is what needs to be done. Not lock the whole fucking country down. And once they do that, man, they don't want to undo that.
I don't know when reason left the world, but in so many different aspects of the world. Is that what it was, Twitter? I mean, there's just no reason almost anywhere.
Well, I think the reason is to save lives. It's just not it doesn't make sense. It doesn't work right.
Because
you're losing lives.
With everything.
Dude, there's an article that can't find out if this is true. There's an article that I was reading in the Washington Examiner. One of those is a weird newspaper. And it was like it's one of those ones like what kind of is this a bias? Like what is the bias of the Washington Examiner? But it's basically saying that there's more people dead from suicide in Northern California than there were from coronavirus deaths.
During the
lockdown, because people are fully in despair. They're losing everything. They're going bankrupt, and they don't see any way out of it.
Well, if it wasn't for Korean baseball, I would be fucking blowing my fucking head off.
I've watched so many movies.
Yeah,
I've watched everything.
Just everything.
Everything. Not really everything. I still haven't seen the new Adam Sandler movie, the Diamond movie. It's supposed to be Uncut Gems.
That was my favorite. That and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood were my two favorites that year.
I have, two young girls, and I can't really watch fucked up movies with them.
Sure.
So I got yelled at for watching Alien with one of them.
Which, the first or second?
The first one.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe the first with John Hurt.
I was like, come on. I'd watch it. My mother had me watch those movies when I was really little. Like, she watched scary movies with me.
The first scary movie I ever saw was The Shining.
So it is a true statistic. Bay Area doctors seeing more suicides during coronavirus stay-at-home order.
It's at one hospital, though.
Oh.
So they reported it and said it's the whole area. So.
See, good for you, Jamie. That's real news. That's real news, folks. That's how you're supposed to do it. You're not supposed to lie and read the statistic all fucked up.
Right.
You know? Sometimes people do things like that, and you're like, oh, you can't do that.
I just saw, I feel like maybe it was something you said. Ah, fuck, I can't remember. There's no weed in this?
No.
Okay,
zero. This is just 25 milligrams of CBD and some delicious Chiklis mango goodness.
Well, then I'm just fucktarded.
It happens, bro. When do you think we'll be able to start up shows again?
I'm really hoping in July. I feel like I know, but realistically, I think July.
What would you think about opening up a comedy store in Austin, Texas?
I mean, that would do really well.
I think it would do really well.
I think it really would.
Yeah.
I love
the conversations
that town.
I've been having on the phone lately.
Ooh.
I did reconnaissance this weekend. I flew to Texas. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Do you know Charlie? Do you know the guy who runs? Do you know Charlie, the guy who runs South by Southwest Comedy Division?
No.
He'd be a good guy to talk to, probably.
Well, I just talk to comedians.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need to talk to anybody but the comics. I just feel like there's a lot of people in Austin. There's a million people. They have 2 good comedy clubs right now. Cap City's a great room. And then they have the Velveeta room, which I've never done, but I hear really good things about. And I don't know if they have anything else. How many? I think that's it.
Every time I've been to South by Southwest a couple different times for Comedy Week, and it's just been insane.
It's a great town.
Yeah.
I just think there's a real problem with, first of all, the volume of humans here is unmanageable. And there's a real problem with the government telling us what to do here. Mm-hmm. There's things that don't make sense. And here's the best example. They recently decided to open it back up for movies and television production.
Oh, okay.
But not for churches. What? Like, wait a minute. What are you saying? Like you can't be at a church. How about give a church 25% capacity, just like you would
That
other
makes
businesses?
sense. And that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Some reason, balance.
Have more than one service in the day. Like you don't have to just. It doesn't make sense if some things can do their job and you call them essential businesses and some can't. Like if you're saying that film production is okay, like here's a weird one. You can't have Alcoholics Anonymous meetings, but liquor stores are essential businesses.
That's insane.
That's so fucked up.
That's fucking crazy.
That's so fucked up.
Is it
Adam Curry told me that. And when I read it, I was like, oh, no. And there's logic to the essential business part of the liquor store thing. Because, look, man, people are freaked out. They need something to calm them down. If they can't get any booze at all, shit could get really bad. And the hospitals need the beds. So when people detox off of alcohol, it's very dangerous.
Yeah.
That's actually how Amy Winehouse died. She died from detoxing from alcohol. It's a hard fucking fall, too.
Yeah.
So they need the hospital beds. They can't have people detoxing while everybody's dying of COVID, and then people get... so they
Makes sense to me.
They deemed it an essential business, but fucking Alcoholics Anonymous, man, you got to keep that open.
Yeah, I've done
keep that open.
I do an Alcoholics Anonymous Zoom call once a week, and most of them are fucking terrible, man. You gotta have,
Yeah, you
like,
gotta be in
that doesn't make
person with
sense. That
people.
could really help.
The same as my kids are going to Zoom school. You got to be in person. It's not, it's not the way to do it. It's just you got to be in person with people.
I'm telling you, it's the fucking worst. Oh,
Yeah.
and have you seen some of the stand-up Zooms?
Fuck them.
Oh,
That is ridiculous.
oh, the
That's
worst
like
thing
pretending
ever.
you're in a swimming race in your living room. I'm swimming. Look, I'm on the floor. I'm swimming. But you're not swimming. You're not doing comedy. You're fucking doing something weird, man, because you wish you could do comedy.
It's so bad. It's so painful to watch. Timing is everything, and it kills the timing. You have no energy, no audience
No,
react. Like
it's no bueno.
It's not stand-up.
No, it's not stand-up.
It's like
Phoenix
vlogging.
is holding shows again.
Wow.
Phoenix has full nightclubs again.
Jesus.
Yeah. Floyd Mayweather was spotted at this Phoenix nightclub. No masks on in the whole place, bumper to bumper with people.
Really?
Yeah.
Again, balance. I feel
Yeah.
like maybe...
Let him do it. Let him do it. That's
All
what I
right.
say. Let him do it. Listen, man, this is not what we thought it was going to be. It's not killing people at the rate we thought it was going to. We would have never signed up for this if we thought it was really going to kill 0.1% of the population that
Right.
that catch it. And you realize how many people catch it and don't even know they had it. And then you look at the average age that people are dying from it. It's literally older than the average age people die.
Oh, well then... What
The whole thing
fuck?
makes no sense.
No.
This is not something you should shut the economy down for. We thought it was. We thought it was going to be a terrible thing that was going to wreak havoc. And they'll point out like individual cases of people that are really young or healthy and something goes wrong with them. 100%. Yeah, that's terrible. But we should just be careful. It doesn't mean we should keep everything shut down. It's rare that these people exist. These young people that get sick that you hear about, this is not normal.
Why aren't
There's
we
not that many of
reassessing
them.
the situation then? Why...
I don't know, man. I mean,
They're going to see how these other cities that have opened up do and how that goes, and then reevaluate.
Well, this is a very conservative state in that regard. I mean, it's very liberal, but it's very conservative in the regard of like how they're approaching this thing. They're doing it very slowly and very deliberately. You know, I don't agree with it. I just think at a certain point in time you have to adjust. It is not what we thought it was going to be. We thought there were going to be hundreds of thousands of people dead in this state. There's only 2,000 people dead. But people are dying from all kinds of shit all the time.
Right.
We can't just focus on one thing.
Of course.
While this is happening, people are dying in this state of tuberculosis, lung cancer, liver cancer. They're dying.
So do you think this is a political thing?
I don't
To
know,
try
man.
and keep the economy
I could speculate.
shitty
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think
okay.
that. I've heard that crazy conspiracy theory. I don't think that.
Right.
I think it's a matter of, first of all, there's a lot of people that are legitimately scared.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked to kids, parents don't want the kids going back to school in September. These people are legitimately scared. They think it's going to get worse. They
Oh
think
my
it's-
God! If I
everybody's-
had kids at home,
Bro.
fucking open it up.
Yeah.
Open the fucking schools
Well,
immediately.
For children, it's very rare that it's fatal. Very rare that it's fatal.
Mm-hmm.
But the flu is far more fatal. The flu is far more fatal for children.
Oh, Jesus.
And during flu season, we willingly let kids go to school and we don't even think about it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you have to think about if you're really worried about children, the flu is far more deadly. Now, this is not dismissing the deadliness of this disease. This is a terrible disease. Michael Yo got it, and he almost died. But a lot of things happened to Michael Yo. He flew all the way to fucking New York with no sleep. He did radio. He did all this kinds of shit. He did shows there, no sleep, flies back, and then drives from his house to Vegas and then back with his family in the same day. Then he has 2 days of auditions. Plus, he's vitamin D deficient.
Oh, well, there you go.
I was thinking all this. I was like, well, Michael Yo is a strong guy. He's healthy and vibrant. Like, if that guy got sick from it, oh, my God, this is scary.
Vitamin D, no vitamin D. And
Vitamin D deficiency is something that exists in like 70% of the population. 70% of the people in this country are vitamin D deficient.
First thing I did when I saw that we were going to be quarantined, I ordered a shit ton of vitamin D online. So I take some every day. I try and go out in the sun every day because, I don't want this fucking thing. I think I had it. I think I had it in
Everybody
January.
thinks they had it.
I really did. I've never had a cough like this in my life where I was wheezing. I could barely breathe, and the doctors were baffled. They took chest x-rays, had it for 3 weeks. But who fucking knows?
You might have had it. I thought I had it too.
I'll get an antibody test and figure it out.
I thought I had it and didn't even feel it.
That makes sense. If there's anybody I could think of that would have it and not be able to feel it, it would be you for sure.
No, I'm pretty sensitive to that kind of shit.
Congrats, by the way, on fucking Spotify.
Oh, thank you.
Holy shit.
I know. Crazy, right?
So well deserved, man.
Thank you.
God
Very nice
damn.
of you.
Sorry, I didn't want to forget.
No worries.
I didn't want to fucking forget.
Yeah, dude, I've been ultra paying attention to my health while this is all going on. That's one thing that's helped a lot. Like, while this is going
always
on.
paying attention
Yeah,
to
but
health.
really, like, I'm in the sauna every day, 25 minutes every day, no excuses. Like,
Fucking
super
monster.
regular workout routine, super regular with my vitamins, super regular with everything, just being really on the ball. Because it made me, you can't take your health for granted. And that's a simple statement that sort of just bounces around a room like a beach ball, doesn't mean anything.
This puts it in perspective.
Yes, this puts it in perspective.
There's no doubt about it.
And in the beginning, people were less cunty, too. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah.
Because they were really worried they were going to die.
Yeah.
And so things meant something.
You know what it reminded me of? It was like the week after 9/11. Everyone was real friendly with each other.
Exactly.
Super neighborly. And now it's like
Exactly.
I go out in traffic, people are cutting
But
each
it's
other
worse than
off.
9/11 because after 9/11, people went back to normal. Now they're going to
Yeah.
go back from all this niceness. They're going to go back to being a cunt, and there's no work.
Yeah.
And then they're angry, you know. And you were saying something important earlier. You said we could fall into some sort of a class warfare type situation. Yeah, it is terrifying, and I don't think it had to be this way, and I don't think it has to stay this way. And they're talking about not even opening up LA until July 4th, 4th of July weekend. Like, hey man, like why? What's this is so arbitrary, and there's no talk whatsoever about strengthening your immune system. None.
Yeah, what the fuck? Like, the most important things are just falling by the wayside. Like, I don't understand that.
Poor government. It's just poor leadership. It's poor leadership. That's what it is. It's leading, only looking at one perspective, and that's the perspective that enhances fear. This is wear a mask, wear your gloves, use hand sanitizer, don't touch anything, stay apart from each other. And then the other perspective is get out in the sun, get your vitamin D, drink lots of water, stop drinking soda, check your vitamin levels if you can, but give yourself X amount of vitamin C a day, X amount of D, take zinc. Zinc has been shown to have a very positive effect on people with high zinc levels or sufficient zinc levels that have this virus also have a much better outcome.
That's all I take. Every morning I take 1 zinc, 1 vitamin D, and 2 airborne. So.
But you won't hear any of this shit.
No.
That's what's so
I
crazy.
had to look it up. I mean, people they should be pumping this into our fucking bloodstream via the news, but it's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
When Rhonda Patrick was talking about the vitamin D levels in people that are in ICU, it's like if you were a scientist, you'd be like, hold on, we found it.
Yeah.
What?
Right.
Wait a minute.
Where's the
86% of the
labs?
people in the ICU are deficient in vitamin D, and then 4% have sufficient levels of vitamin D? 4%. Like, that's insane. It's 80-something% versus 4%. You're like, holy fuck. Holy fuck.
I don't understand where
Dude,
the
it
labs...
makes 0 sense. It makes 0 sense.
I wish that we could open the store tomorrow.
Yes.
Like, we should be able to open the original room at start out at 25% capacity, you know? And see how
Yeah,
it
well,
goes.
just what does it usually
smart.
fit? 150
150
people?
about, yeah.
Just 75 people. You
Yeah.
fucks.
We can space it out.
How about just get everybody to sign a waiver?
Right.
Just sign a fucking waiver. Let's do this.
I mean,
and if you have a sick mom at home, or if you have someone vulnerable at home, don't go out to these places. You're the one who should make the sacrifice.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be the whole world sacrificing.
Exactly, but we can't rely on these fucking assholes. So can you take a temp? Can you? Is that
yes? They did it in the restaurant I went to in Texas. I went to a real restaurant.
So we'll just get one of those fucking
shout out to the Lonesome
temps.
Dove. I ate at this Lonesome Dove restaurant in Austin. They take a fucking thermostat, they put it to your forehead,
right,
and they read you're like, you're all good, and then you write on this thing, have you been in contact with anybody who has COVID? Have you had a fever? Have you have any cold-like symptoms? And as long as you're clear on all that stuff,
well, we should be doing that and call it a day.
They wear a mask. They stay away from you. I mean, mostly, except when they're taking your meal or dropping off your meal.
Because we've already gone over the game plan ad nauseum. We know exactly how we're going to do it, how to have access to the bathrooms, social distancing in the room, where the comics can enter the stage so they're not fucking in the thick of it.
Yeah.
We're ready to go. All we need is the green light.
I don't know how. The problem is they're never going to want to give that green light.
I mean, they're gonna have to give. I
they're
really
gonna
feel
give
like
the green light, but I'm
early
worried
July we'll get a percentage green light for one of the rooms. I really think so.
They're gonna let you have half the belly room.
I think no. I think which
30 people.
I'll take whatever.
I know. I'll take it too.
God damn. Never thought I'd miss that place that much.
Yeah. Dude, I miss it bad.
Eventually, like, it got to a point where I'm like, I just want to fucking hide there because everybody wants something, and I didn't have shit to give them.
Right. Yeah. And that's a weird position as a talent coordinator for a comedy club where all the best comedians go to.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone who's in town, whether it's Chappelle or Bill Burr, whoever, they're all there.
They're all there.
So there's no spots.
And then there's there's you and Joey Diaz and everybody else and Whitney Cummings and all the A+ level comics are there every single night when they're in town, and they're in town.
Yeah.
And then that leaves you, and then from 11 to 12, that's all the Andrew Santinos and the Eric Griffins and the Fahim Anwars and all these other beasts that aren't filling fucking arenas, but
they're still killers.
They're the next ones up,
So if you're some new guy or gal who's coming up the line.
Yeah, that leaves like 5 spots a night at the end of the lineup.
Yeah.
And you got 250 comics calling in every week just that fit into that paradigm. So it's like, sorry, it's not nothing personal.
Yeah, there's no club like it.
Yeah.
No club ever been like it either, where there's no shortage of people in the audience. I mean, those years from when I came back to when the pandemic hit were the craziest years I've ever seen in stand-up comedy at that place, by far. Like a whole new dimension, like a whole world had shifted.
It's been so fucking cool to watch, and to see that shift. There's some comics that are coming up right now. Some of the ones that I passed in the last year or two, I'm so excited about. Like this guy, Brian Simpson is. You got to. When we reopen again, I'm telling you, this guy's a beast. Segura, he opens up for Segura now.
Nice.
He's fantastic. Lara Bites, who is fantastic.
Lara's
Rachel,
hilarious.
She's
hilarious.
A beast.
Kreischer and I were in the back of the room watching her on stage. Like, it was like the end of the night. There's maybe like 20 people or something in the crowd, and more people were in the crowd by the end of her set than were there in the beginning, because people were coming in because she was slaying.
That's so cool.
Dude, she was killing us.
Yeah.
And we had been around all night. We've been hanging there all night, and it was late, man.
Those are always the best sets. Holtzman closing out the main room when it's like 9 people in the audience and 20 comics in the back of the room.
Well, that's where Kinnison used to do spots. I mean, that's... They used to say, like, people would come to see him. They would start showing up at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, and that's where I would put Brody.
Yeah.
I still, my trunk is still filled with all of his shit.
Really? What do you got?
I had to clean out his whole apartment.
Do you have his kettlebell?
I might. You want it?
Yeah.
All right. If I have the kettlebell, I definitely have some drumsticks. Whatever you want. We'll go out there afterwards. We'll have a Brody garage sale.
We worked together in Tempe. And he was doing cleans and presses in the parking lot. Staying fit.
I remember that. That's when he used to do it. But he's like, you might remember me from the made-for-TV Vlade Divac movie. Yes. He was the best.
Push. Positive.
We went to Little League together.
Did you really?
I grew up in Tarzana. He grew up in Tarzana, and
Wow.
he was one of the older students. But yeah, Joe Torre little baseball camp.
Wow.
Yeah, I miss that motherfucker every
Miss
day.
that motherfucker too. He was another thing about that place, like the special quality of that place. Like you weren't gonna run into Brody Stevens in any other walk of life. Like you had to meet that kind of comedy club, especially to get to know him like the way we got to know Brody.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, you take it for granted, you know.
Yeah.
I really do.
Well, you really do, and you really know you do now. Like I kind of knew I took it for granted too. I'd leave that place some nights, and I'd be like, "How lucky are we that we have this place now?" Because this place never existed. And for me, it was like, you know, we're talking about the pandemic and coming back from the pandemic. For me, it was like when I was gone and then I came back. It made me realize, like, oh, this is a very valuable thing for your comedy. Like, you can't just go to like random comedy clubs and just jump in and do sets. Like having a home base and having a home base filled with like Jeselnik and all these fucking assassins. It's like you just be around murderers just all day long slaying, and it just makes everybody's level higher. I felt like the level of comedy that I was experiencing there was higher than I'd ever seen it before. Like, you know, there was always the murderers like Martin Lawrence and Damon Wayans, but there was a lot of bullshit in there, a lot of fucking Bodaks and a lot of dudes who were doing literally the same act, no bullshit, for 25 years.
I know I had to get rid of a lot of them.
It was weird. Like you would see a guy and then you'd not see him for 10, 15 years, and you'd see the same act in the same order verbatim with old like Ronald Reagan as president references and shit. And like, whoa. So that was when I came here in 94. There was a lot of that going on.
I believe it.
So it was like nothing, murderers, and then nothing, and then the occasional murder. But it was like you get one murder a night maybe. It wasn't nothing like now.
I mean, I'm so fortunate to have the people calling in every week that they could call in, because from 9 o'clock till literally 12:15, it's just wall-to-wall killers.
Yeah, we need to get the president involved in this. Tell him that he'll get the support of all the comedians if he just has a federal mandate to open up all comedy clubs. We need it. It's an essential business.
It really is, though. I mean,
It is an essential business.
That's going to do wonders for everybody's mental health, for sure.
It will, and for all the mental patients that do stand-up. I mean, what are they doing right now? They're bouncing off the walls. All these fucking people, they're losing their minds so hard they're doing Zoom comedy.
Dude,
Somebody talked them into it.
I'm in my studio apartment. I'm Jack Torrance over there. That's like my little overlook hotel.
I don't think that's good for you.
No,
You're a
I'll
very
figure it
social
out.
guy. I don't think that's a good thing to be locked up like that for 2 months at a time.
Right. Yeah, I can't wait to get out.
Just take a chance with the bug. Just go wander around. Go to the beach, lick some faces.
You know,
Go to the beach.
You know,
hold some hands.
I've been talking to Norm MacDonald a lot lately. I think we're gonna start the podcast up again. So thank God
Just
for
test.
that.
Just get tested.
Yeah,
you can
we'll
bring
get
him in here and
tested.
get tested too.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna have. I think we would kill for you to be the first guest.
I would love to do it.
All right, good.
I'm 100% in.
Oh, thank
100%
God.
in.
Yeah, we have some good guests lined up. So now we're just gonna figure it out.
Yeah, so you're all set to get tested today too.
Oh, perfect.
I know you don't have it because you haven't gone anywhere, but you.
Yeah, exactly.
When you sit in your house like that for like all those days at a time, that's got to be so depressing.
It's not great. It's not great. It's really not. It's my depression and anxiety is through the fucking roof.
Do you do any kind of exercise video?
Yeah, I
or
got
something?
a rowing machine, so I do a lot of rowing, and then I go on a long walk. I go on like a 5-mile walk every day.
Oh, that's very good.
But that's it. Yeah,
But you're
other
by
than that-
yourself most of the
But
time.
I'm by myself in my apartment.
Yeah, shit, that ain't good. Being by yourself that often is not good.
No, it
All the
certainly
single
isn't.
people. This is a fucking weird one for single people.
Well, it's kind of choose your poison. I don't know how. I feel like I would fucking want to kill somebody if I was stuck in a single room.
yeah, that could happen for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that can happen for sure. It either brings you closer together or it drifts you further apart. Those are the
Yeah,
two
if you have a strong
possibilities.
foundation,
Yeah.
you truly like each. You know what I mean?
You get to know
You've
each
already
other better.
accepted each other for
Yeah.
everything, warts and all.
And
then
also,
yeah.
you both realize, like you're saying, you appreciate the store. You also appreciate your family. You appreciate your friends. I appreciate my friends and my family and just everybody in my life way more now than I guess I always appreciated them. But there's like another 10% bump and all that stuff when the pandemic was happening. Because like when it started happening in the beginning, I was like genuinely scared. I was genuinely thinking this could be something that kills 10% of the people I know. I was genuinely thinking like, oh my God, this could be way worse. China could be lying about how bad it is.
Yeah.
It could be way worse.
I remember talking to you about it right when you were in that state of mind.
Yeah.
And it was terrifying.
But what made me think in that state of mind, like I'm so thankful that I have such an amazing group of friends, so thankful that I have an amazing family, so thankful that I have friends that I love, that we can fuck with each other and talk shit to each other. You know, it's like...
the greatest joys of my day. I'm in a group thread with a bunch of comics, and those are my favorite moments of the day. Just cracking each other up and
I'm in
talking
this thread
shit
with Whitney and Nick Swartzen and Dalia. It's the most ridiculous thread. It's been going on for years, man. For years. I call it the bitch crew. Just bitching about shit. It's really funny, man.
I'm in a great one with Spade and Whitney. It's just the best.
I think Whitney's just in a bunch of group texts all day long, talking shit. It's funny, man. It's so fun.
I love her with all of my heart.
Oh, she's a
great
unique
human
person.
being. She really is a special one.
Very
Swartzen
unique.
too.
Oh yeah, he's amazing.
Great. Yeah,
and Dalia too.
We're so lucky.
We're very, very lucky. There's just a bunch of people that we know that are just some of the most fun people to be around.
Yeah, and Ari Shafir.
Yeah, that fucking maniac.
You know, Jerry Sloan just died. Hopefully he learned his lesson and keeps his fucking mouth shut this time. You know Jerry Sloan?
No, who's Jerry Sloan?
The coach of the Utah Jazz.
Don't even mention it to Ari. He probably doesn't know yet.
He knows now.
That sort of a prank. That prank, the idea of that prank, it's like, okay.
He
He's
can't
just
help himself.
fully committed to being the wrestling heel.
Exactly.
All the time.
He loves it.
Dude, I was reading that wrestling might go under.
No. How?
They're saying that they're firing wrestlers. I know they got rid of Cain Velasquez, and he only did like one match with them. They're releasing a bunch of people off their roster, and they're hurting apparently because they're not getting any live gate. You got to think, pro wrestling, when they tour around the country, they're doing hundreds of shows in these giant places. Imagine the amount of money just from the live gate of all these places, and then merch, all that different stuff. All that stuff's cut off. So they have the same amount of expenses, but then through no fault of their own, boom, profits stop.
I'm genuinely ignorant about so many things in this world, except for maybe music, movies, and comedy. But here's what I don't understand. They've made a shit ton of money, haven't they?
Yeah, but they've been balling. They're not saving. What are they, a Boy Scout?
I thought Vince McMahon was like a...
He's on juice. He's
the
90.
guy who started the XFL.
Do you think he's saving money?
Yeah, no.
Come on, man.
I just watched the 30 for 30 on the XFL. It was great.
That guy's doing squats and shooting fucking steroids and making billions of dollars. He doesn't have any time for this nonsense.
I guess that's true.
Come on, man. He's an animal. He's not saving any money. The guy probably has $50 in the bank. He probably spends everything he makes. Probably makes $100 million a year. Spends it all like it's going out of style. He's a fucking animal. And you look at his business though. Like you've got, I believe, the way they have. You would be able to know this. The app, their app. You get everything through the app,
the
right?
WWE Network, I think is what's called.
Right. So when you sign up, you pay a monthly fee and you get all the events. There's no pay-per-view, right? Right. Whereas the UFC. Not the case. The UFC, like if you get ESPN Plus, you got to pay for ESPN Plus. But when like Conor McGregor fights or John Jones fights, like you got to pay for that.
Yeah, I found out the hardware what was that? Like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. That's just how it is, man.
Yeah,
that's just how it is. That's how it is. I mean, they don't have the same model, and a lot of people like WWE used to have that model. They used to have you'd pay for pay-per-views. They have the regular shows, and they have the big-time pay-per-views.
Yeah, I remember that with like SummerSlam and even the WWF
I remember
days.
they used to advertise those all the time on cable.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you could imagine, though, if like Tuesday night, Rochester, New York, Conor McGregor would just fight a championship fight, and then you see him again on Saturday, fighting again on pay-per-view. Like,
that's a good point.
Well, you heard what Ronda Rousey said about that. You know, she was like, "You fucking dorks, listen." This is fake fighting, and they do it 200 times a year. She goes, you know what would happen if you fought 200 times a year? You'd be dead. Like, even though she's a star in the WWE, at the end of the day, she was like the original great famous women's mixed martial arts fighter.
Yeah,
She's
right.
not taking your nonsense. She's not listening to any of that stupid shit. Shut the fuck up. You know? I mean, she got knocked out by Cyborg and Amanda Nunes, or not Cyborg, by Amanda Nunes and Holly Holm back to back.
Right.
The idea that she's going to listen to some fucking wrestling dork give her shit. That business, though, what I was going to say is I think
Austin?
because of the app, the WWE.
Oh, right.
Because of the app, the way they have it set up, they don't have the live gate anymore. So all that money from those, they do these giant arenas. They're
Right.
selling out,
Yeah.
right? Like crazy all over the country,
Yeah.
200 plus a year. All that money's gone.
They can't just hit the fucking pause button?
No, Vince McMahon's got bills, son. He's got like 80 jets, fucking 100 houses. He's got no time. He's just, I don't know. I don't know what they do. I mean, I think when the business drops, you got to act accordingly, I guess. Maybe
guess
when the
so.
business comes back, they'll rehire people. It's a hard time for everybody, man. But
Yeah.
the people that I feel the most for are people who are dying and people who lost people. But next, people who are losing their business and their families falling apart because of this, and they're through no fault of their own.
Yeah, and then the employees that are just forced to go out of work, and how do they have to go in food? Like, I don't understand how they're supposed to just quarantine for months with no money.
And again, no talk at all.
$1,200.
And no talk at all about health, taking care of your health. No talk.
That's just shocking.
No talk. Nothing.
Yeah, that should be number 1, 2, and 3 on the list.
Yeah, it's fucking, it's crazy.
What is going on? I wonder if other countries. I'd be fascinated to see how they're handling this in other countries on their news over there. And
Well, some
seeing if
countries
they
aren't handling
focus
it
on-
badly at all. Like some
Yeah.
countries are, like Germany had a crazy low death rate.
Right.
There's a bunch of countries that
Like,
have
I wonder
really
if they're
low death
focused
rates.
on that. I wonder if on their news programs they're focused on, here's what you need to do to protect yourself. Take a
good
lot of
question.
vitamin D. Take this. Do this. Get
That's
in
a
the
good
sun.
question.
Yeah.
I think it's probably their healthcare system and it's probably their diet. You know, there's a real issue in this country with sugar. And that's a giant part of what's happening here. When you talk about people that are getting diabetes and, you know, people that are overweight, those are two big factors in this disease.
Right.
And they're both connected, not the genetic form of diabetes, but the type 2 is connected to sugar consumption.
Right.
It's directly connected to your diet. You can
No,
you
it's-
could also ask Dean Del Rey. Dean Del Rey had fucking diabetes because he was eating sugar all day.
Yeah, he was doing Jamba Juice once a day and
Yeah, he was eating candy.
Yeah.
He realized it when they gave him that wake-up call, that diabetes wake-up call.
Yeah, that's a fucking hell of a wake-up call.
But now you look at him, he's healthy and fit.
He looks better than he ever has, yeah.
Lost a ton of weight, and he said he feels so good.
He
And
looks killer.
He looks great.
Yeah.
Killer. And now, like his Instagram posts, like you'll see quite a few of them every now and then. He'll talk about sugar and what he used to look like. He'll put up Fat Dean pictures
Yeah, I
to
love
remind
that.
everybody. Yeah, like Fat Dean.
Dude, I got
Tuesday.
Fat Adam. I got Fat Him photos.
Oh, no. That's right.
I
You
get
showed
some-
me those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are solid.
That's right. I didn't know you then. You weren't fat
No,
when I knew you.
I was chubby at the Improv. When was that?
I'm
Around
not
2005.
judgy. I'm not
don't
judgy.
give
I
a
didn't
fuck.
even notice.
No, you probably did know me when I was Fat Him. Those were good days.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
I let it go.
Yeah, good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
But Dean, he's a perfect example. I mean, he had all sorts of health problems because of that sugar consumption. Look at there's Fat Dean with his name.
yeah.
He got his name on the store at the wall.
I
Or the
remember
wall at the
that.
store, rather.
Yeah.
Look at that, Fat Dean Tuesday.
He did. He looks like Bobby Hill. He used to do a bit about that.
Wow, that's crazy how fat he was.
God damn.
And now he's healthy and young.
Yeah, sugar's a
He's
killer,
going back
man.
in time.
It's a killer. No,
He's getting younger. He looks younger.
He does look way younger now.
Way younger. He
Yeah.
looks healthier. He looks so much better. And
That's my problem. I eat too much ice cream.
again, we're not hearing any of this stuff from people. We're not hearing any of this stuff from Fauci or all these health experts. We're not hearing any of it.
No.
It's
We're
crazy.
just hearing, inject yourself with fucking Clorox.
And if you talk to people like, well, you don't want to shame people for having a poor diet or for being overweight. Like, okay, do you care if people die or not?
yeah,
Like,
right?
what do you care about? Is it hurting people's feelings or saving their lives?
Yeah, everything's
what's more
ass
important?
backwards now. Everyone's too sensitive. They're worried about people's feelings too much.
It's going to be real weird when we come back to doing comedy and you hear all the COVID jokes. It's going to be
Yeah,
the
that's
audience
going to be the new.
exhausted.
Yeah, it's going to be the new airplane food.
I'm avoiding them. I'm not writing anything about
Yeah,
it.
who's going to build the wall? It's going to be the new fucking. Yeah,
Exactly.
All right, we get
Exactly.
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
But Wait, fuck. You sure there's no weed in this?
100%. You probably got contact high just from being in the room with me.
No, there was something specific I was going to ask you.
Over there. You had like 30 days. How many days? 90 days off?
90 days. Yeah, I got sober on March 1st.
You can't be in a room with someone like me when I'm smoking
That's
weed.
what I was going to ask you. Do you think...
It's probably catching you.
No, I don't think so. Do you think that...
social distance from weed smoke.
Do you think all the PC bullshit and the social justice warrior shit is going to be tempered after
No.
No,
I think it was tempered because of the real danger. I think the real threat and the real fear tempered it. And now that that's gone away, real fear is going to give way to a new level of anger because of this level of despair people are going to be experiencing financially over the next few months. So there's going to be a heightened, it's almost going to be like it has a slingshot effect. Like people got less cunty and they're going to get more cunty and more self-righteous. Yeah, more self-righteous, more people chastising, criticizing people. And on Twitter, you really see it because people are literally forced to be at home. So if you're forced to be at home and you don't have the discipline to stay off Twitter and you happen to comment something and someone comments on your comment and then you start talking shit to each other, that's your day. Not only is that your day, but you're going to be crazy. Like you're going to be thinking about it in the middle of the night. What the fuck did they write? You get up to pee. I'm not going to check my phone. Let me check my phone real quick. Fuck. And they said something that's pretty good. And you're like, God damn it. Now I got to come up with something to say back. And so you start Googling statistics and... Yeah, man. I mean, this is what a lot of people are doing. It's making people sicker and sicker. I have almost completely avoided Twitter, other than I'll check my DMs occasionally, and occasionally I'll check what other people have posted that I'm friends with or that I follow. Check a little bit, but I might give it 5 minutes a day.
I deleted my Twitter icon about a year ago, and then I just reinstalled it maybe about a week or two ago.
Yeah,
and I'm already starting to see, like, what am I doing? Why am I even looking? It's just getting me pissed off.
It's just too many people are angry.
Yeah.
It's just too many.
About nonsense.
Well, maybe it's to them it's important, right? It's like when you post it, it's important, but when you're dealing with whatever the fuck it is, 100 million people that are on Twitter or more, probably more, that are posting on a regular basis, and then most of what they want to say is angry. Most of what they want to say is negative. Most of it is complaining. It might be like 60% complaining.
Yeah.
So when you tune into that, like you're getting all the problems of all these people. It's just too many people. You're supposed to deal with the problems of the people that are around you. So if there's like 10 people around you and Tommy's got a problem, what's wrong with Tommy? Let's go talk to Tommy. It's not supposed to be 10 million people.
Right.
And then there's hundreds of thousands of Tommys just flooding your feed with bullshit, nonsense. My fucking girl's lying about this and they say we can't vote in November. Fuck that. I say we sue. And whoa, all this craziness. And it's like you just deal with the worst aspects of everyone's day or everyone's thoughts or everyone's opinions. You're just dealing with all this negativity. And it's so rare that, and it's really very much appreciated when you do find it, like a really well-structured conversation or disagreement about something where people don't get shitty at all. It's like, wow, that's beautiful. That's pleasant to see. Or there's people that want to dox people because, they don't like this politician that they support, or they don't like, they want you to not have to wear a mask. People want to dox you. Like there's so many people that are so fucking angry and weird online, and then you add this pandemic to it, and you just got this boiling pot of shitty thinking and anger and meanness, just mean.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Where's the love?
Yeah.
Where's the love? Where's the camaraderie? Where's the hugs? Isn't that the best part of your day? Wouldn't you rather be friends with people? Like, I know you can have disagreements and not be shitty. It's possible.
And that's what I loved about the Comedy Stores. People that, didn't disagree, but they fucking, they're still the camaraderie, and they're at the end of the day, they're in the same boat. Like, they love each other.
Pretty much.
And yeah.
There's a lack of conservative comedians, I would say. If there's anything that's odd. It's
yeah,
like,
that is. I think that's very true.
There's a few, that you know of, but it's pretty rare.
I think there's probably more than we know that they're just not on stage. They're avoiding it.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. In acting, it's like fucking 99% or something. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that can't be real. It makes me think that it's probably a lot of it is people shaping their opinions so that they're more accepted and loved by the community that they've
It's all
chosen
business.
to try to excel in.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All business
Exactly.
decisions.
I remember I had this conversation with this dude once. I was on a TV set when I first started acting. And
In news radio?
yeah, no, before that.
Oh.
Hardball.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is early in my acting career. I was quite crazy. And I was talking to this dude about a movie. Actually, it might have been news radio days, because I think that's when this movie came out. It was As Good As It Gets,
Sure. With Jack Nicholson?
which I thought was the most fucking depressing movie.
That's pretty
I'm like,
depressing.
here's this lady, and she's so nice, and she keeps accepting this guy for fucking up over and over again. And then the end, the solution is he takes a pill, and the pill keeps him from being an asshole. Like, what? There's no pill for that. Like, that's so crazy. He's
Yeah,
an
he was a
asshole.
major
He's
asshole.
a fucking asshole. And we're supposed to think, oh, no, he just needed a pill. See, once he gets this non-asshole medium inside of his body, it cancels out all the assholishness, and he's actually a good guy. So she found a good guy. No, this poor lady was a single mom who was living with this fucking mean piece of shit. And a pill fixed it. And I was like, that movie depressed the fuck out of me. And I was talking to this actor, and he goes, I think he had a lot to offer her. I go, what? Because it was a popular movie.
Yeah,
So he was
I know,
like
it was up for an
spouting. I
Oscar,
go, it's a
yeah.
terrible movie. I go, wouldn't if that lady was your sister, wouldn't you want to grab her and go, Helen, come on,
Yeah.
you're
This guy's a
awesome.
dickhead.
This guy's so mean.
Yeah.
He's always mean. He says racist shit. He's mean.
Yeah.
He's cracking jokes. He was yelling at people. He did a lot of like weird
Yeah,
shit,
he
right?
said, he was a writer, right? They said, how do
yeah.
you write women so well? I think of a regular woman, and then they take away reason and accountability.
Well, it's
And
not
like-
just that. It was like
No, he was misogynist. He was
Never
he
nice.
was an asshole.
But there was-
Always a dick.
but there was no nice.
No,
wasn't one of those-
he
it
had
was
no
balanced
redeeming
off.
qualities whatsoever.
Right.
He
So-
had crippling OCD.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was. I haven't seen it
Didn't
in
make
many
any
years,
sense.
but yeah.
Didn't make any sense. I'm like, oh, it was depressing. I go, look, it's a work of art, right? It doesn't have to be warm
Right.
and fuzzy. But it made me feel bad. But he was like sticking up for the relationship.
Oh, that does. I can
was like, what
understand
the
sticking up for the
fuck are you
movie, but
talking
not.
about?
Yeah, that's insane.
But I realized in the middle of the conversation, I'm like, oh, people do shit like that because they think they're supposed to like a movie.
Oh,
so they
God,
say
yes,
shit.
Of course, that's what he was doing.
Oh, it was 100%.
Yes, definitely.
Because I was dumb. I mean, I'm dumb now, but back then I was like 4 years removed from fighting. Like,
If you're fucking dumb now, then I'm fucked.
I was much dumber then, but it was my instincts were always to challenge people on
Yeah.
things like what are you saying? Like
Love
it was.
that.
I wanted to find out why he could ever possibly think that was a good idea for that lady to date that fucking asshole, that mean guy who just needed a pill. Like, that's so crazy. That's the craziest movie.
I remember that. I remember when The English Patient came out, and everybody was all over. Was like, this is the best thing ever, and I was like, that movie fucking sucked. But I wouldn't today. If it came out today, I would have no problem being like, no, you're wrong. That movie
Yeah.
bored the shit out of me.
It was weird, but my point was not that it was a good movie or a bad movie.
He was sticking up for the
achieved its
relationship
result.
to.
He was just. This is what my point was. I could tell he wasn't really saying it because he thought it. He was saying it because he thought it was the thing that he should say.
Yeah.
And in talking to this guy, I found this it was like one of those fake houses where they film a TV show where there's nothing behind it. It's propped up on sticks. And I'm looking at this guy, and
It's
it's
a
like
great
I look
analogy.
behind the sign. I was like, you're a fake personality. You don't even have a real personality. Like, who are you? Like, you fucking weirdo. And this is one way you could tell these people. They would always say, good to see you, even if they just met you. They'd say, good to see you.
Right.
It was like you're in a cult. Like you're saying the things that everyone says, and blessed be with you, and blessed be with you, brother. Like you pass each other in the hallway. Good to see you. Good to see you. And you knew, and everybody was full of shit. Like this is the most disingenuous. Good to see you. Instead of saying,
never
"Hey,
thought
what's
of it.
up?
That's such
nice
a
to meet
perfect
you."
analogy. That is, because I was in a cult. I know what it's like to
Yes.
fucking experience that.
Yes, that's why I'm bringing this up. I want to get to that. I know your cult story.
So that is 99% of the industry, man.
That's why it's such a sad place.
Yeah.
That's why it's so sad.
So lonely.
And you get all that attention. And believe me, that's what I wanted. That's why I came here. I mean, I just figured out along the way what was wrong. I figured out along the way, like, oh, this is a bad motivation. This is not a good motivation. Like, but this is not going to fix you. You have to fix you, and then treat what you're doing as an art form and enjoy it. Instead of treat what you're doing as like a method of extracting attention. Because that's the difference between someone who's an artist, right, like a Gary Clark Jr., versus someone who's just doing a lot of dumb shit to try to get attention and doesn't really have any thought to it.
I know exactly what you mean,
know what
and
I
there were a
mean?
lot of comics that were like that at the Comedy Store that were doing it just to get women, and they didn't have any real love for the art form.
Right, they just wanted to be
They weren't
famous
working
or-
on their craft.
Yeah.
They had the same set like you talked about earlier that they've been doing for a decade, and they were just doing it to try and get women. They were trying to get
They wanted to get
money.
famous.
Yeah.
It's just you got to somewhere along the line fix what's wrong with you. And you can do that and keep like growing as a person and keep just fixing what's wrong with you and concentrate on positive things that are about this thing. Like, there's a way to be healthy and still approach it. And the way to be healthy and approach it is approach it as an art form. Don't approach it as a method for getting you attention. And the problem is it's like set up to chase the attention. It's set up to chase the sitcom role or the record that you put out or the, whatever the big thing is that
That
a
next
movie that
shiny
you get
thing,
into,
yeah.
the big thing that's supposed to elevate you and define you. And instead of that, I think if you can, as you're evolving as an artist, reach a point where you're just trying to do your best work.
And that must feel so fucking good to reach that point.
You're never really there.
But to be
You're never really there.
to be
but
adjacent at least.
You're chasing it always. You're like you're running right alongside it, but you can never jump on its back.
If you're adjacent to that.
You just keep trying. It's really a numbers thing in a lot of ways, and an attention thing and a focus thing. People want to say it's a talent thing. Talent is a weird thing. It's like a lot of for stand-up, you've developed a personality long before you ever thought that it was an asset in a career. Like Joey Diaz was just a personality.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you are a regular guy who works in an accounting office, and you
Imagine Joey Diaz at an accounting
No,
office.
impossible. But if you're a real calm guy who's I've always enjoyed stand-up comedy, I want to give it a try, and you go to these open mic nights and the weeknights, and you meet that savage, you're like, oh my god, that guy's a real person. This guy exists too. I gotta quit now. That's a different that advantage. He's done some cross training, by getting arrested and kidnapping people and all the coke he
Some
did.
solid cross
He
training.
did comedy cross training. Joey Diaz, he'll have such a massive advantage over any normie.
Yeah.
Even if a normie's got really good jokes, he's just
Joey's lived in it.
That personality element is something you can't teach.
Right.
You got to figure that one out.
I think that's one of the most important things in stand-up is authenticity. To me, I feel like that's a huge thing.
Yeah. I feel like it's hypnotism. I really do.
I could see that.
Yeah, I've always had this idea before I was ever hypnotized. Then my friend Vinny Shorman, he's a hypnotist. He hypnotizes fighters and he hypnotizes people and gets them to work on their game plan, their mindset, in this very strange state. I did it once. Very strange state. It's very strange.
Wow.
Yeah, you're there. You're aware that it's happening. It's not I've seen hypnotism shows. There was a guy in Rhode Island named Frank Santos. He was a comedy hypnotist, and he would do these gigs in Boston. He was amazing.
Yeah, we had a couple that came through Tempe every year.
Some of them are good, right?
Yeah, sure.
Some of those guys, and it's there's a certain level of dummy that you can that dummy will be convinced he's in Game of Thrones riding a dragon. There's a certain level of dummy. And look, for me as a person who's met people like John Carmack, who is the lead programmer of id Games, who created Doom and Quake.
Oh, yeah,
and
sure.
Super genius,
Yeah.
right? Elon, of course. Meeting someone like him, super genius. And then knowing how dumb some of my friends are. And I'm like, and I'm dumb too. But it's I'm around him and I'm like, okay, I wonder what is life like to that guy. I guarantee you he's not looking at shit the way I'm looking at it. He's looking at, he's got
It's looking into the Matrix.
Yeah, and I think there's levels lower than us. And you get to this level where you can talk a guy into thinking he's having sex with Christy Teigen. He'll really believe that him and Kim Kardashian are having sex. You can convince those people, and they even come in their pants. This guy, Frank Santos, used to make guys nut in their pants.
Shut the fuck up.
No, 100%.
What are you talking about?
He would. Back
Get
then it was
out.
Madonna. I'm not kidding, man. First of all, the guy was a wizard.
What's his number?
Well, he's dead, unfortunately.
well,
Rest his soul.
all right,
but
rest in peace.
his son is doing stand up, and his son is doing hypnotism shows. His son has the same name. But anyway, he would have this show weekly at Stitches. Stitches was a big comedy club in Boston, and all the
Great
comics,
name.
like Fitzsimmons and me, we would go to the back of the room and watch the Frank Santos show
That's
all the
great.
time. I was dating a waitress there at the time, and I'd be there all the time. So even if I didn't have a set, we'd come down and watch Frank Santos show because it was so ridiculous.
Those were always my favorite shows to watch too, except for obviously the greatest comics that would come through. But yeah, those were always a fun show.
They were ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
when he gets people to do things and tells them you're on a bus and the bus is about to go off the cliff and into the ocean and you don't know how to swim.
My favorite
People
were
be
the midnight ones where it was the dirty one. They would always do the dirty show. One time I saw it was a couple and this guy, he convinced this girl she was in a porno. And they gave her a banana, and she started deep throating the banana, and the whole crowd was going insane. And then they got in sadly he beat her up in the parking lot. But
What?
yeah, it wasn't
Really?
a great ending. But but those shows were
Wait a
always
minute.
wild.
The guy.
Not the hypnotist, her boyfriend.
Oh, the boyfriend
Yeah,
because he was in the audience. Oh no.
Yeah, because he was with her.
Oh no.
So it wasn't his fault, but that was the
course
last
it's his
time.
fault.
But that was the last
Of
time we
course
did
it's his fault.
the midnight hypnotist show. But
Look,
what you
can't
do
get
on here?
You can't get mad at a woman for expressing her inner wholeness.
Yeah, of course not.
You just gotta respect it.
But
it's
you-
really who she really is.
You do hypnosis
No.
here with
No, no,
this.
no,
I was terrified. I was really nervous coming in here. I've been thinking about it ever since you invited me. I'm like, I'm gonna puke all over the studio. It makes me. I lost so much sleep over it. But you put people at ease. Like you like I've seen it with Stern and now with you. Where I don't know what it is. You're like you do hypnosis almost.
No,
you put
it's just
everyone at ease.
No, Adam, we're actually
telling you.
friends.
I
You
know
and I are
that.
actually- and
I
we
know
could do
that,
this.
but
If we were at dinner, we would talk like this.
yeah, but
Right?
you have a large audience. Like it's different, man.
Yeah, but you got to not think about that.
All right, yeah, fair enough.
That's the thing. If you think about that, that fucks your head up.
Right.
Don't think about that.
Okay,
Just think about the fact that this is how we would talk, no matter what.
this is true.
Right? If we were hanging out in the back bar at the Comedy Store, and you and me just hanging out in the back there, we'd
Thank
have talk
God.
just like this.
Thank God for Eric creating that back bar.
Amazing.
You know, that back
Amazing.
bar is the best part of the comedy club.
It's amazing, and it has the bar that's actually from Mitzi Shore's house. It's
I
like-
love that.
Yeah, isn't that
How
crazy?
cool is that?
It's crazy.
Yeah, that bar's perfect. It's my one little place to go for solace.
Yeah, it's a sweet spot when it doesn't get overrun. Sometimes it gets overrun.
I bring that up on a weekly basis. We got to figure that'll be number one on the agenda
People
once we
get back there,
reopen.
they're not even comedians.
I know,
What
it's
is
a
happening
nightmare.
here? What is this?
I almost prefer them to the open micers.
Yeah,
Some
well,
of the because then they're like bugging people to be on their podcast. and
exactly.
it's,
The open
ridiculous.
micers are tricky because they all, me included, like I said about Ari, we all started as open micers. Ari is basically, I think, just starting to do sets, like paid sets, probably when he got here. I wonder when he first started getting paid. But I started taking him on the road with me,
2004, 5.
something like that. He was a couple of years into his career. And he was, coming up from being a door guy to getting fairly regular spots, and he just kept getting better and working at it. So that day that he was doing his specials, like, I have to be there. I have to.
Right.
I'm like, even if I have to fight, like all of my horrible instincts to run away and fucking just, I had to.
Thank God you fucking did, and thank God they allowed him to film that special in
Thank
the
God.
OR because they at first it took a lot of convincing.
Dude,
I
when
knew
I
how
first
important
pulled,
that was.
when I pulled into the parking lot that Tuesday night, the night before his special, I was nervous. Like, nervous to be driving in the back parking lot. Of the
Yeah, you
Comedy
took
Store.
7 years off.
I know, it's weird.
It's like going back to your old high school or something. I don't know. I can't imagine what that was like.
It would
Going
be-
back home from a long time away. What?
Dude, it's contact high. You can't be in this room. You're 90 days.
It's like if you went, if you hadn't returned home for many years.
Yeah. That's
seeing
exactly
your
what it
old
was like.
family and.
I'm worried that we're going to lose clubs, you know? I'm worried we're going to lose restaurants. I'm worried we're going to lose clubs. I'm worried we're going to lose everything.
Yeah, it's terrifying. I try not to think about it. But I think the Comedy Store is going to, thank God, I think that the Comedy Store will be okay. I don't know, man. I just don't fucking know.
Yeah, I don't know either. If they don't let us back in soon. Because it's not even June. You know, they're talking about July 4th. Like, what is going to happen over the next month?
I don't know. Yeah, we got to open. I can't anymore.
I'm nervous about the way it's going to reboot. Like, what's going to happen? What's it going to be like?
You mean in terms of the capacity? In terms of what?
What's going to society? What's society going to be
society.
like?
Oh, I don't fucking know.
Like, it's the streets are so empty right now. They're ominous. And there's this like ominous feeling when you're driving around of like, this is just the beginnings of a volcano. But like, that's what it feels like.
Look, eventually it seems like they're going to have a vaccine for sure. I know nothing's definite. And
what are you, a doctor?
No, I don't know. It sounds like they've had some progress and some
maybe
some very positive. Okay,
I don't know. I mean, if it was ready, they would give it to us, right?
No, it's definitely not ready.
And there's talk about it. There's also talk about something. Find out what the fuck an mRNA virus is. We were talking about this with Pac-Man,
fuck
right?
me. Do I even want to know?
This is a new kind of not virus, excuse me, vaccine. mRNA vaccine. So this is some shit that Alex Jones told me about. And he said it's something that we all have to be very concerned with.
I just Googled it. Which one should I go to?
So it's something that it's a vaccine that's going to be able to, it's like uses your own body to create proteins, right? Isn't that how it works? Something along those lines. I know I'm butchering this, but instead of like having a, here, does it say? Okay, scientists produce a synthetic version of the mRNA that a virus uses to build its infectious proteins. Click on that. Yeah, see, I'm clearly butchering it, but that's the idea of it is that it makes your body produce something that protects you from the virus. Maybe it turns us all into fucking Spider-Man. Right?
I'm in. I mean, yeah, I'm fucking in.
When does one of these things not kill us but turn us into gods?
Superheroes?
When do we get to be Dr. Manhattan?
Exactly. I love how you want to be Dr. Manhattan.
Fuck
I just want to be
I want to
fucking
live
Spider-Man.
on Mars and not give a fuck and travel through the universe and have no emotions and be blue and jacked.
I was going to say, like, because
Dr.
out of all the
Manhattan.
superheroes, that's the one that you would resemble the most currently.
Well, he's the only superhero if you're going to be a superhero. Everyone else is basically like a person with
Just
some
a guy with
extra things
some
they
extra
do.
Bullshit.
He's a god. Dr.
That's a good
Manhattan is
point.
he's like one level below a god.
Who was fucking Galactic? What was Galactica or Galacticus?
I don't know, man.
He was like a planet. I don't fucking know.
All those superhero movies, man. People who don't enjoy those superhero movies lose my number. I don't want to.
Yeah, how could you be that sad?
Yeah,
I don't
come
love
on,
all
man.
of them, but
No.
most of them.
There's a lot of good ones, man.
Yeah, they're fun.
Here's Galactus.
Galactus.
Originally Galan before its transformation. Oh, he had a transformation and turned into something. A single survivor of the universe preceding the Big Bang
a big
of the main universe of the Marvel Comics universe. What? with these traits and his appointment of powerful beings as his heralds, formerly the Silver Surfer. Oh, he used to run the Silver Surfer. That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
I just remember him being a big. Look, he's holding a fucking planet.
He's going to be the next guy that they fight when they probably start up the movies.
Oh,
again.
no way, really?
I'm making a guess based off this.
okay.
It sounds like he's got Thanos
they're
power.
bringing it back. Well, bro, they should bring back the Silver Surfer, man. I fucking loved
Dude,
the Silver Surfer when I was a kid.
badass.
They did it once, but it was kind of
And
weird.
Fantastic Four. Those weren't great.
There was one Silver Surfer movie, though, wasn't there?
I think it was. I
Was
thought
there a
it was
Silver
the
Surfer movie?
Fantastic Four. I think it was a
he was
Fantastic
in-
Four Silver
Why
Surfer.
do I think there was an actual
The
Silver
Rise
Surfer?
of the Silver Surfer. Fantastic Four, 2007.
Oh, so it was a specific episode of the Fantastic Four, The Rise of the Silver
It was a
Surfer.
sequel to that first with Chris Evans when he was in Captain America. He was in the Fantastic Four.
Oh,
just
shit.
all
But
about
they got to keep everybody together. Can't let the Silver Surfer have his own shit. Can't let the Silver Surfer have some fun.
Michael Chiklis was the thing.
See, there's four people. The Silver Surfer's 5, motherfucker. Give him his own show.
Yeah. Silver Surfer was so dope.
Oh, he was dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael Chiklis. Is that Captain America?
Yeah, he was in this. And then
What was he? What was he? Is he?
Oh, he's the Flame.
Yeah, he's one of
No
the 4
shit.
guys. Yeah.
Who the fuck is Mr. Fantastic? Was
Michael
it?
Chiklis
Or-
was a good thing too. You ever watch that cop show? That guy was it?
Mish? Right. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, yeah.
The one
The
afterwards.
Shield?
The Shield.
The
Yeah,
Shield.
the Shield.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Shield
The
was
really
Shield
good.
was great.
Shield
Yeah,
was excellent.
Yeah.
That was an
The Shield
excellent
was
cop
great.
show. That was a really good cop
Yeah.
show. Like really good.
I think it
Like,
was.
complicated and wait,
Bert
was
Kreischer's on an episode of that.
is he?
Oh, no
Jerking off
way.
and-
He's jerking off on people.
Of course he is. All right, good for him.
That sounds right. It sounds like what he'd get arrested for. Yeah, those movies are fun, man. Like that like now more than ever, when shit gets really hard, that's when people want escapism.
Yeah.
That's when something like a comic book movie is the most fun.
I went through and I just started watching all the ones I missed because I
Bert
missed a
Kreischer and
few.
the Shield. Here it is.
Oh no way!
Look at he's beating off in the alleyway. Oh fucking Bert! And they're gonna arrest him for that?
Yeah.
Was he beating off in someone's window?
He's peeping Tom like
Oh, is it
that.
peeping Tom?
Oh, that's
Cable guy.
hilarious.
Isn't that a funny thing that they get you for?
Oh, they got to
He gives
cuff
up
him
so easy
after?
too. Look how easy he gave
Oh,
up.
that's hilarious.
Didn't even try to punch that cop. One cop. So
Dude,
disrespectful.
That's outstanding. I love it.
Silly Bert.
Man.
Is that who he was looking at that guy
I
fucking?
guess. I don't know.
Hello.
Or he was watching.
Oh, maybe both of them. Oh,
Is
why
he
are
gonna
you gonna make him
apologize?
stick around?
They're gonna make him address her with his hands cuffed behind his back. And look, they don't even put their clothes on. They're like, we're gonna go back to fucking real quick. So, what do you have to do here? Look at her. She doesn't even have clothes on.
Good TV show.
It's hilarious. But
Oh,
can
that's
you imagine
amazing.
like you have to answer the door so quickly you can't even put your clothes on? You just hold a T-shirt over your tits. Super normal. Everybody does that when there's a whole group of people outside
Yeah,
your door.
never in my
You say,
life.
"Hold on, I need to get dressed." And then you
Exactly.
can fucking get dressed. That lady's an animal. See her? She's got a towel. She doesn't even want to tie it on. She's like, "I'm gonna let this go because I'm gonna fuck soon." Right? That's what she looked like.
Once you got to
Yeah.
go down at the station, you got to put your clothes. Wow,
She's
just
not
take
going
care of it
anywhere.
now. Just get rid
Shouldn't have time for that shit.
She's not gonna press charges.
No, you could see it in her eyes.
Get out of here, you creep. That's a weird one, though, right? Like peeping into people's windows is illegal, but they're
Yeah.
glass.
That's true. They
You-
are
you look right
transparent.
in there.
Yeah.
Seems weird.
Bert took it a little too far, maybe.
For sure, he was beaten off.
Yeah.
But like, if you have a window that's facing an alley and someone walks in that alley and they stare in your window, who's the asshole?
Yeah, that's a good point. I think there's a time limit, maybe.
Right? You should only you count 10 Mississippi, then you're gonna get the fuck out of there.
Only 5
Weirding
Mississippi.
those people out.
Yeah.
You know what Rear Window is? That movie, the Hitchcock movie.
Yeah, it was a fucking great movie.
Yeah, God.
Stuck
Oh
in
yeah,
his apartment.
that's right. He spent the whole fucking movie staring into that guy's apartment with binoculars across the way. Grace Kelly.
Barely remember that
Yeah,
one.
it's way before my time.
You know what I barely remembered?
1955, I think.
I barely remembered. I watched a little bit of it recently. It's Psycho.
It's great. I
Oh
mean, the
my
beginning's
God.
great, especially.
Yeah. That's all I watched. I just
Yeah.
watched the shower scene. The crazy
Fair
when,
enough.
when
Okay.
he puts the wig on, stabs a chick. Spoiler alert! It's from 1940. But it's so
1960.
whatever. Was that what it was?
I think so.
Yeah. Whatever it was. It was so different than any movie you'd ever see today.
Yeah.
It's like it was so just the pacing and the suspense.
Love it.
It was just different.
It's I used to watch all the old it's like Twilight Zone or the old Hitchcock Alfred Hitchcock Presents around the same time.
Women
I
back
heard in
then.
this one he actually with Janet Leigh he made sure that it was ice cold water so that the scream he would turn it to make sure that the water was ice cold right when she was getting stabbed, so those screams are like actual fucking primal screams.
Oh wow. That sounds like very Hitchcockian. But dude, this was such a crazy thing. A naked lady
Right.
washing herself off. Look at her in ecstasy. This was like erotica.
Yeah, and then there's two different
Yeah.
shot. Yeah,
This is why it's so scary.
groundbreaking.
Because you're in love with her. You're like, I wish I was there to wash
Like,
your hair.
oh, fuck.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like if you're a guy and you're sad, this.
Just insane. With
Oh,
the
this is
Bernard
so
Herrmann.
crazy.
Oh, and then that shot. Yeah, you like
Yeah.
see her.
Yeah. This was such a crazy movie, and this scene was so insane.
Whoa.
Oh, it's so insane, dude. Ugh.
Wow, yeah, it still holds up like a motherfucker.
Yeah, it holds up. It's masterful in that you don't see anything gory, but you're still horrified and flinching while it's happening.
Yeah, like Reservoir Dogs when Mr. Blonde cuts off the cop's ear. Like
But even more fucked up because you were in love with her and you were just going to
And
wash her hair.
It's 1960. Yeah, you didn't want to wash
You wanted to wash her hair. You wanted to help her.
You guys are saying this holds up. This is like when I saw The Exorcist in the theater when they re-released it after like the 25th anniversary. Me and my friends were hilariously laughing at some of the scenes because people had built it up so long our whole lives.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
It's the scariest thing ever. And she's running down the stairs backwards and she like pees on herself. We just thought it was hilarious. 'Cause we just wasn't. I mean, we've seen Scream. And those aren't scary either. But like that's what like our generation's scary movies were. It was just wild how funny this stuff was.
I remember that
People
the
were just
first one I ever saw as a kid was The Shining, and that's still
Oh,
there's
that still
some
holds up.
terrifying
Still holds
moments.
up. That's an interesting one, right? Because Stephen King didn't like it.
Yeah, that makes sense because it is wildly different from it's a huge departure from the novel. So
Yeah.
I can imagine if you're an artist and then someone takes your artwork and they completely change it in many different ways.
They changed it a bunch of ways, but they kept it a bunch of ways too.
Mm-hmm.
It became like a collaboration between him and Kubrick because it was clearly his original idea, but
Yeah.
he wanted, I believe, Stephen King wanted that character to go crazy. He didn't want him to have this fucking edge, like right from the
Right from the beginning.
Like Jack Nicholson had an edge, like right from the beginning, and then became insane, and then became.
Well, I know what it's like, to be an alcoholic who just stopped drinking, and I think you have that edge almost from the get-go.
Yeah,
A little bit. But, I mean, Jack's Jack.
that movie was so good.
It was top 10 all-time fave for me.
That's what's crazy. It's like someone needed to tell Stephen King, like, I know it wasn't the same thing, but god damn, it was good. It was so good. Dude, when those little girls are in the hallway and the fucking blood's coming
Terrifying.
out of the elevator, holy shit, that's a good movie.
So many great moments. I love
And back then when it came out, like, people don't understand. Like, The Shining is like, what is that? 82 or something like that?
1980, I think.
Is it?
I think so.
Is that what it is? Yeah. So 1980, people, you've got to understand. We're talking about a whole different world.
Yeah.
There's no special effects. If there are, they're not very good. They're all like clunky
Yeah, you
looking.
had Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, but it's
that's it.
It's clunky.
Yeah.
The special effects are clunky. I guess Empire Strikes Back is pretty fucking dope.
And then Alien was 79.
That's right. All right.
But
my
that's it.
argument's
But
falling apart.
Blade Runner was 82. So there's really not much else, though.
But
there is a
did-
lot of clunky.
So they did this movie with just all
Sets.
all of the different crazy moments, like that bathroom moment with the axe
Yes.
coming through the door. There was so many of those moments. The moment with the old lady.
Because Kubrick was a fucking master at creating suspense and using the sets and the color contrast. Like, just the color patterns are unsettling. And the fact that he used those twins they weren't twins. There were just little differences. That makes it unsettling. There's so many different ways.
Do you know he used to do complex mathematics for fun? That's how he would unwind.
What a genius.
He was a trippy dude,
He is
man.
by far, I think, the greatest director of all time.
Well, he definitely is one of them, and one of the most unique ones. There's there's a crazy conspiracy theory connected to The Shining and the moon landing.
Yeah, I heard about the moon landing.
Yeah, it's all about the number on the door is the exact same amount of thousands of miles, 237, and it's 237,000 miles away.
I
But
heard
it also,
that,
by
but
the way, it varies. See, that's the problem with that argument, is that like the distance between the Earth and the moon is not constant. I think it moves a little bit. So I think it goes as far as 265,000 feet out, or miles rather, 265,000 miles out, and it goes to 237. But I think it varies. I think it goes like this. I think it has like an elliptical orbit around the Earth a little bit. Maybe I made that up. Is that true?
Sounds yes. I think Yeah, sounds accurate. Sorry, I was in the middle of reading the 237 stuff.
Yeah, I heard it was
Oh.
also possibly about Native Americans, how the hotel is built on an ancient Indian burial ground, and even Shelley Duvall sort of looked Native American. You could hear Native American music playing in the opening credits.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's many layers to it.
Yeah, he's just a brilliant man. He was a brilliant man.
The little kid did have an Apollo 11 sweatshirt on.
Yeah, that's
though.
true. He did have an Apollo 11.
I mean, that's pretty
but
on the nose.
I just remember in the back room, in the stock room, there was like a can of a product with a giant. It was like Geronimo's head on there. I'm sure.
Dude, there's so much to that. There's probably many layers. I mean,
Deep.
Kubrick is not
It
going to
is
operate
deep.
on one layer.
No.
He's probably going to have
Never.
a bunch of weird shit in there.
I mean, look at 2001. What a mind fuck.
Oh my God. What a mind fuck.
Yeah.
Well, there was so much of his work. You know, and he's the guy that the conspiracy theorists, when they get the most crazy, when they really want to dive into who did it, they think it was all Kubrick. That Kubrick literally filmed the fake moon landing,
Right.
uploaded it to the American TV satellites.
If
and
anyone could do it, it'd be him. He'd be the guy
Can you
I would
imagine?
get to do it.
Can you imagine if that was really what happened?
I've heard all
these years.
I remember hearing all the fucking conspiracy theorists about the Illuminati killing him because he made. Yeah.
Well, they were worried he was going to open his fucking mouth.
Well,
Tell
he made
about the moon
movie.
landing.
Oh no.
That's what it was. It's
No,
all about
'cause he made fucking,
keep his fucking
Eyes
mouth
Wide
shut.
Shut.
That too. That was his last one. They're like, enough. This guy's getting too close.
Because I think he died like a week after that movie came out.
Of course he did.
That's fucked up.
That's how they roll. People used
That's
to
how
think
they roll.
People used to think nobody really rolled that way until this Jeffrey Epstein shit, and they're like, "Oh, what?"
It's shocking. This is the first really, truly eye-opening one like that.
Yes. Well, that's an Alex Jones one too. Alex Jones was talking about that way before anybody was. He called it way before, and he said there's this service, and they take these elites, and they bring them to this place, and they have sex with underage girls.
Fuck.
And everybody was like, "No fucking way. That sounds like science fiction." And then you realize, like, oh, this is 100% true, and nobody was talking about it. 100% true.
That's crazy.
It's insane. It's insane. It's so weird. And then the guy gets suicided. The guy's in jail, going to trial, and they're like, well, Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide today. Like, we're all of a sudden we're in the 1940s again. Breaking news.
That's just in.
Jeffrey Epstein
Epstein
committed
hangs himself.
suicide today. 100% convinced it was not fishy business.
I remember Diaz telling me in the parking lot like a week before that happened. He's like, "This guy's not going to try. They're killing this fucking guy."
Authorities do not suspect foul play. Jeffrey Epstein, Filthy Rich. What is that? New documentary?
Comes out
that looks
the
fascinating.
27th. It's based off of James Patterson's book, which came out a couple of years ago.
Dude,
That's
I've
gonna
been
get a lot of views.
I've been into these Jack Carr books. These have you ever read any Jack Carr
No.
shit? Jack Carr has 3 books, and he's working on his 4th one now, and it's all about, it's like they're thrillers, but like there's espionage and political shit going on in there, and the main
What is it, like
protagonist.
Clancy?
I don't know. I've never read Clancy,
Okay.
but the main guy is a Navy SEAL, and there's all this crazy shit that happens in all these stories. But in a lot of them, you go, wow, like this. I used to think that something like this is preposterous, that people are just making up this idea that, you know, that people would conspire to do evil, creepy shit all over the world and do it to make money and sacrifice people's lives. But as I've gotten older, I'm like, oh, that's probably way closer to what's really going on.
Probably.
Like, that's probably way closer.
Yep.
It probably is like that. And then when a guy like Epstein gets arrested and then gets suicided, and then everybody's like, well, too bad. Guess he's dead. Like there's no Senate hearings. They're not standing in front of the TV every day going, what happened? How could one of the most important witnesses ever, how could the cameras not be working? You didn't check?
love that. When Tim Dillon did that. Oh, he's so good at that
Oh,
shit.
Tim Dillon is
he's
amazing.
my favorite.
He's at all the young, wild guys coming
my
up,
top.
he's the most wild.
Definitely.
He's the most wild.
And consistently
Yeah.
brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's fucking funny as shit.
Yeah, Schultz is very wild, too.
He's
Andrew
great.
Schultz, very
He
wild, too.
impresses me. Yeah.
He goes for it. He
I wish he lived in L.A.
takes some risky turns. He takes some risky
Yeah, he
turns.
sure does.
Tim Dillon does too. That fucking Meghan McCain thing is the single
That's still the
greatest
funniest thing
impression I've ever seen, ever.
You want to fuck these tits, though?
Apparently she blocked him, which made it even better.
I love the way he says, what's her name? Ocasio-Cortez.
Oh, now he's dressed as a coronavirus.
Oh, this was good. Yeah, I saw
Did you
this
hear
too.
he did a rant about cruise ships on this podcast?
That was great. He did
I'm telling
another
him,
great rant today or yesterday, a fucking solid one.
every time there's something going on with cruise ships, I send it to him now. We have like this back and forth on just cruise ship shit.
I still say the most dangerous comic right now who will say whatever the fuck he wants is still Holtzman.
Oh yeah,
That guy
he's
has
buck
balls.
wild. He's always been buck wild.
Yeah, he's
I
a
always
wild.
quote Holtzman's thing about there was a lady who drowned her kids back in the day.
Yeah, I
Susan
remember
Smith. And he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, I heard those were bad kids." I mean, he's doing this like a week after this fucking lady drowned her baby. He's like, they sat that close to the TV. They didn't put away their blocks. Those kids will not be missed. They spilt their milk. It's just, we were like, oh no. Like after 9/11, Mitzi wouldn't put him up.
Oh, I mean,
She's like, you can't go up yet. Let me up, Mitzi. Like, no.
he was so funny at Mitzi's memorial. He would just say the most fucking horrible shit and then list off a bunch of random tour dates. He's like, August 3rd, August 4th, I'll be at the Yuck Yucks in Montreal.
Have you seen his Instagram? Thank God
yeah,
it's
that's the best Wednesday.
Every day.
I'm here at the In-N-Out Burger. Thank God it's Wednesday.
He does some sketch with some lady at a Thai food place near his
Oh,
house.
so funny.
You seen that?
Yeah,
Where, like,
that's the best.
She
And
chimes
she's
along.
saying in Vietnamese, and he's like interpreting or something.
He's a staple.
He's a wild man.
He's a staple.
Yeah,
and
he
he's
really
a guy
is.
that wouldn't exist any other place. Like there's something about the crazy darkness of the store that helps a guy like that.
We're putting him a lot in the documentary, so hopefully we get some good. We get a
Beautiful.
lot of eyes on him. I'm
Yeah.
really excited about that.
I've always said the way to do a special with him was just to film him for like a month.
Oh
Just
yeah,
let him do all of his sets for like a month. And
yeah.
piece it together.
we filmed a lot of. We let him go for an hour, and we got a lot of good material with
Yeah.
Holtzman.
There's a thing where you're like, it's the end of the night. You did your show, and then you're leaving the back bar, and you got to go take a leak. And you go take a leak, and then you hear, "What the fuck did I just say to you?" And you're like, "Oh my God, Holtzman's." And you walk in there. There's like 8 other people. You sit down.
Holtzman embarrassed at the end of the night. It's a
Yeah.
staple.
Microphone always in the stand.
Oh, so funny.
He's
Oh
brilliant.
my God, and he's always
He's so
very Dangerfield, very like
Yeah.
Rodney when he
well. His look too is very old timey. Like he's
Yeah.
from another era.
tucked in shirt.
And he behaves like that too, like these fucking kids today. Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, there's nothing better than late night at the store. You get with Don Barris, Holtzman, used to be Brody.
You know what I always say about that place? That I think there's a real argument for objects collecting energy. Put on your
Yeah.
woo-woo. Hold on your crystals, because we're going to talk, sister. I think there's some real power in objects. And I think when you're around objects and you have fun, like if you are you're in that room, that comedy store, that room is like an encasing.
It's like a vessel.
Yeah. And there's an encasing of these moments. There's something in the walls. Like there's so many laughs have been had in that room. There's something in the wall.
Yeah, I remember
Part of it's
closing up.
psychological that you're thinking about it. Here I am. I'm thinking about, this is, but it's part of there's seasoning. It's like a frying pan that you've used a bunch of times. It's like there's seasoning in that place.
I've never seen. That's a perfect way to describe it. Seasoning. I've never seen any ghosts. I'm very skeptical of that kind of thing.
Super skeptical.
But I'm telling you, I would close up that club by myself every night at 3 or 4 in the morning for 5 years, and I didn't feel great about closing up by myself at night. Like going up to the belly room and shutting off all the fucking lights.
Yes.
Fuck that shit.
That's the
very
room.
Outlook hotel. It's like the Overlook Hotel. It's like The Shining.
The belly room for me is the one that freaks me out. And also it's because it's connected to all these corridors. It's like this room there.
And the
you go into
mirrors and
office,
shit.
And you go upstairs there.
Yeah.
And then over there is the little green room. It's like
It's like a
everything's
haunted
dark.
house. What's going to jump out
Right.
at you?
And then over
Yeah.
there's a stairway to get downstairs
Yeah.
into the hallway. Like,
Yeah.
And then there's the doorway to the outside.
Exactly.
Sometimes that would slam.
Yeah. So many different entrances and exits.
I
And
feel like I don't know how many people have been killed in that building. I don't know how many people have been killed in that building.
Many.
But I think they killed a fuckload of them in that room upstairs.
Yeah, I'll bet.
That room upstairs is
where
the
they
one
did all the murdering.
that gets me. I'm like, I think they did the murder probably in the basement. No,
I guess that makes sense. Yeah, that would make sense. I heard that as well about the basement.
Yeah, but that room gives me the creeps. The basement gives me the creeps a little bit too.
It used to before they fucking converted it into a podcast studio.
Now it gives me more of the creeps. Now it gets. I did Argus' show down there. Super creeps. No, that was
Say what you
fun.
will about Argus, man.
I
That
love
guy
that guy.
he
He writes.
always kills.
Writes all
He's
the time.
constantly writing new material.
Yep.
It's always solid.
Dude, I saw
He's
him,
fucking good.
and he's very good. And I
Yeah.
also like his style with the dark room, the spotlight. Like we did spots together, which I'm usually not in the same time as him, like right before him or after him, but we did them back to back once, and I was like, damn, this is really good material. It's tight, and it was a lot of it is like things that are happening right now, like things that are current in the news, and he had great bits on them.
He's great.
Like a really, really sharp writer, man.
He's perfect to go up right there, second on the lineup.
Yeah, he gets everything popping.
Set the tone for the
I
rest
just love
of
the
the
fact
night.
that he loves it so much.
Yeah, he can't get enough of it.
He's been doing it forever. But
45 years.
But he still loves it.
Yeah.
You ever see him jogging?
Yes, I have.
Super addicted to jogging.
He can't get enough of that either. Yeah,
Doesn't
7
he run
miles
like-
a day,
yeah.
twice a day. I heard. I don't
Yeah,
know if that's insane. I saw him one time outside at a grocery store. It's like seeing your teacher out of school. it was off-putting.
And he jogs into Hollywood, which is even weirder.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's like, fuck a gym. I'm just gonna use the road. There's something about those people, right? When you're in your neighborhood and someone just is using your neighborhood like a gym.
Yeah.
It's like there's something weird about that. Shouldn't you go run where people run? Like, why are you running where people drive?
Yeah,
This seems like a dumb place to, but it's a thing that people do, man.
Adrenaline? I don't know.
Like in New York City, there's always people that are using the city as their gym.
Yeah.
They're just running. Like everybody else is walking, and these people are exercising. Yeah. You know, it's fucking weird.
It's like Argus even has a bit about that.
Does
He's
he?
like, yeah, he says, you see a guy on a bicycle in L.A., that guy's working out. You see a guy on a bicycle in Dallas, Texas, he's got DUI.
It's true. It's a pretty good Argus impression too.
It's okay.
It's not bad.
All right.
This is a little bit of slang
Yeah,
to it.
he's
What is
got
it?
a little
Where's he
bit
from?
Oklahoma.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. I've heard some great Argus stories over the years, like, you know, just him and all the history with Mitzi and the Shores.
Yeah.
Love Argus. We all love Argus.
No, it's a great place, man. Argus is a great guy. It's a great place. There's so many good people there.
Yeah.
Just when
I say
Adam?
July. I think July.
What do we do if this fuck says no? What if he says January 1st?
Then I think we we all moved to Austin.
No, we become Trump fans. We gotta get the president involved. Kiss his ass.
We all fucking shoot
Trump.
up. We all shoot up with some fucking Lysol.
Yeah,
and
Mr.
head
Trump.
and walk down to Austin.
We don't require much, Mr. Trump.
Yeah, just open the fucking
Yeah.
comedy store,
Just
please.
Open store, please. Just do what you gotta do. Open comedy clubs up. You got our support. Why isn't it an essential business?
It seems like it should be. It's certainly more essential than some of the other fucking businesses.
Think about how much different is the contact, the close proximity to contact that you get if you were in a comedy show versus if you were in line at a store and you're handing a cashier your money and they're giving you money back and you're looking at it, you're touching hands.
Yeah, exactly.
You're inches away from each other.
Yeah, you're face to face.
Yeah, the guy with who's bagging your shit, he's bagging it inches from you. He's putting it in the thing. He hands it to you. Thank you. You pass by someone here. You pass by someone there as you're leaving. You're doing that shit all the time.
Seems pretty simple to me. You take the forehead temperature, make sure everybody enforce the masks, separate by table. You know, take out half the fucking tables, and call
Here's
it a
what's
day.
crazy. People don't even want you talking about this, Adam.
I know.
This is what's weird about it. They get mad if you talk about it. If you even come up with solutions. If you even have a perspective other than what's going on right now exactly. That's not good.
No, it's not great.
That's not good. No one knows what the fuck is the right thing to do here. right?
Yeah. Look, as much as I love Korean baseball, I want to go to work. I want to go back to work.
Exactly.
Fuck this. I'm
That's
sick
what I'm
of it,
saying.
man.
That's what I'm saying. Come on, Garcetti.
Hear us.
Just
Hear
open
us,
it up,
Eric.
man. Just keep. If people want to be quarantined, let them be quarantined. But
Yeah.
don't make everybody be quarantined.
Yeah, no
You're
more
gonna
mandating.
destroy everything everybody's worked for in terms of their businesses. Like,
That's hard. And I mean,
every
honestly,
day
that
goes
is
on,
heartbreaking.
It
That
is
really
heartbreaking.
is.
And every day that it goes on, it gets more and more severe.
I'm all for safety and health and all that shit, but I think just like everything else in the world, we need balance. We need to really think about this and come up with some solutions and not just say no.
I don't like the narrative, particularly in this case, because it's not what we thought it was going to be in terms of the fatality rate. I don't like the narrative that you're protecting people, that you have to listen to them because it's protecting other people. I don't like that narrative.
Right.
I don't think there's only one way to protect people. Another way to protect people would be isolate those people, and don't pretend that you can't do that. Because if you can shut down the whole world, you can isolate the vulnerable.
Right.
You can. You did a monumental thing already, the most monumental thing really ever. Told people to stop working, and they did. Most of the world stopped working for a couple months. It's pretty crazy.
Pretty wild.
But then you're saying you can do that, but you can't figure out how to isolate people that are vulnerable.
Yeah.
And give people the opportunity to make their own decisions. If you let them fucking go dirt bike riding, right? You let them do backflips with motorcycles. People do a lot of wild shit. Nobody has a problem with that.
Yeah.
But if you tell them that they can't go out and possibly get themselves infected because they'll infect somebody else, like, educate people. And if they do it anyway, that fucking piece of shit, they were probably going to put people in danger in some other way. They're probably drunk drive with their mom.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably an asshole. It's like, you gotta be cognizant of the vulnerable people for sure, but you also have to give people the opportunity to earn a living.
Yeah,
You gotta
to not be homeless and fucking
if they're willing
hungry.
to risk being sick, you've got to give them the opportunity to do that. And
I'm
you got
all
to
for
give them the
that.
education to help them get over that cold, to help them keep that virus from getting to them with all the precautions that everybody's using every day anyway.
Structure
Yeah.
to make sure that they're as safe as possible.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
But people don't even like that you're talking about it.
Oh my God, that's
So
insane.
angry. They're angry. They're so angry at them.
And me personally, specifically?
Yeah, you right now, because you already talked about it.
Yeah.
You talked about it with me. You definitely got a secondhand high. So
I probably
congratulations.
did.
Yeah, you did.
How do you know?
I could tell.
Oh, well, that's not
You got
good.
just a touch. Just a touch. It's the perfect amount. Yeah, like if you're an alcoholic and you hang out with people who drink, it doesn't do a goddamn thing for you.
No, nothing. Nothing
But
at all.
if you're a smoker and you decide to take a little time off and you're around people that smoke weed, you catch
Guess what?
You
Yeah.
catch a breeze. I remember I did a show at Tripoli in Toronto. They have this
What?
underground.
Huh?
Is that your Tripoli?
Yeah, that's all I got.
Lizard people. We did the show at that underground place in Toronto.
Okay.
That's all weed. Do you know about
No.
that place?
No.
Dude, it's the most preposterous show you've ever done in your life. And Tripoli,
You're just
who I
hotboxing
think
a fucking-
hotboxing
Oh,
the fuck
no,
out of
basement?
everybody. They had bongs on the table. It was,
Oh,
it was
Jesus
insane.
Christ.
I was just looking out at a cloud. There was a cloud in front of you. You could barely see with the spotlight and then all the smoke in the room. You barely saw what was going on, and you were so
Dang.
high. There was no air. It was all weed. There was no air left. Like the candles were running on weed smoke. There was no air in the room.
Fuck that.
It was all just weed smoke.
Yeah, well,
So Tripoli didn't even smoke anything, but 10 minutes into his
Yeah,
act,
he did.
forgot where he was.
Oh, of course he
was. He was on another planet. Yeah, that's a problem with Texas. They don't let you have the weed.
oh, really? In Austin?
I think you have
It's a statewide thing.
What do you? What is the? Do you have to have AIDS?
They have some CBD laws, I think.
Yeah, they let you have CBD,
And
right?
there's been, I just was Googling earlier, they have some talk of potentially passing laws for recovery from like lost money, legalizing it.
What I've found out of doing my Texas studies, because I have been doing research, is it's a real, like Austin in particular, is a very interesting combination of liberal folks and conservative folks. Like conservative, like red Texas, and then blue Austin, and then a lot of like blue stuff that's going on, and then the governor doesn't want them to do certain things. Like, so the governor doesn't want them shutting down construction sites. But like the city of Austin
Austin's
is more
like the
blue.
Yeah, it's like the black sheep kid.
Austin police will stop arrest tickets in most, I like that word, most low-level marijuana cases after unanimous city council vote. What does that mean, though? Maybe we'll let you go.
Oh.
Most. We'll let it go. Most low-level cases. Most of them. What kind of a law is that? I mean, how do you have that even open to interpretation? Most.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you let people go if they only have a joint? Most of the time. Sometimes. Fuck them. What does that mean? Most. Just let them go. Say it's just weed, you fucks. Jesus.
I love Austin.
But the
man.
problem is, like, you don't get a place as, like, fiercely independent as Texas, as, like buck wild as Texas without all that other stuff, too.
Yeah. Austin, it's like the artist colony of Texas.
But the people that are like right-wing Texas think Austin's going to fuck it up for everybody.
Yeah.
And that the mayor's fucking up.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting to see like that's the little battle that's going on because people want to keep it the way it is. They don't want to. They know it's special. And they're worried that the liberals are going to fuck it up, and the liberals are worried that the Trumpers are going to fuck it up.
Right, and isn't
like,
Austin's thing, isn't their motto, keep Austin weird?
No, that's only losers who sell T-shirts at the airport.
Well, that's all I really hang out with when I go to Austin. I just hang out at the airport.
Those keep something weird are they're the grossest of all T-shirts.
I couldn't agree
they're
more.
The baby on board of T-shirts. You know? Fuck out of here with that. So ridiculous. Keep Austin weird. Shut up. You're not weird. It has a TM at the bottom of it. It's the last thing.
You're giving
weird.
Austin a bad name. Yeah.
No, Austin's great. That T-shirt sucks.
No, I'm saying that the keep Austin weird people are giving
okay. I thought you were accusing me. I got defensive.
No, not at all.
So, we didn't even talk about your cult, dude.
Oh, all right, yeah.
Yeah, we forgot.
We have time?
Fuck yeah.
All right, good.
We have plenty of time. I
All
want
right,
to hear
good. I don't even know where to fucking begin.
So, when did you first become a part of the cult?
So I got sent away to this cult. It was like a cult boarding school.
How old were you?
I was 14. I just turned 14 in
Did your parents know what was going on, or did they think?
No, they had no idea.
What did they think it was?
They heard it was for a place for troubled kids to get some help. And then, yeah, they had no idea it was a cult.
Wow.
No idea.
So what was it?
It was...
Does it have a name?
Yeah, it's called CEDU. It was CEDU. And they called it that because you could see yourself how you want to be, and then you do something about it.
Damn, that sounds like something that like Tony Robbins would say.
Yeah. It used to be, I think it was created originally from something called Synanon, which I think is more well known. But it's,
that sounds like some cheesy, not Tony Robbins, but like a low level,
like a
online,
lesser
like motivational guy.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
What I want you to do is see and then do.
Yeah.
Sounds so simple, and it is for you. You're going to see what you don't like, and you're going to do something about it.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, my God.
Thanks for being here at the Hilton in Alhambra.
So this is pre-internet. You're 14 years old.
Yeah. 1993. I was a big
living?
cutter. I was living in Tarzana. I grew up
you were
in
a cutter?
Tarzana. Yeah.
Ooh.
Big cutter.
What was that about?
I don't know.
Were your friends doing it?
No. I was doing it. My dad left, and then I started cutting. I kind of and then I was getting into fights at school. And I was punching holes in my wall. I was an angry kid, and so it was sort of an outlet, I guess. And then they kept sending me up to the Northridge psych ward. So I got sent away up to Northridge in the youth psych ward, and then
What did they say about you?
I don't remember specifically what they said. I think they just told my parents. They didn't tell me anything. I think they told my parents probably.
And your parents didn't like have a sit down with you and say, "Hey, psycho."
After the third time, yeah.
Look what the doctor says.
My mom didn't know what to do with me, but after the third time, they said, after the third time I got sent up to the psych ward, they said, if you do this one more time, anything else, we're going to have to send you away somewhere, more serious probably.
Whoa.
And so I did it again. And then we took a tour up to, they said we were just going to go up to take a tour of the school that I could be sent away to. That was it. They said, if you do it one more time, we're going up and we're going to tour this school. And if you do this one more time, then we're going to bring you back here and drop you off. You're going to stay there.
Wow.
And so we went up to the San Bernardino Mountains, and we got out of the car. I toured the campus. It was a beautiful campus. It was like this giant cabin up near Lake Arrowhead, and it used to be owned by the Houstons, Walter and Angelica and John Houston. And they were telling me, just about the school and stuff and all the rules. There were a lot of rules. They called them agreements. And then my parents, I came back and went and talked to my parents, and they told me that I was staying there. And I just said, well, fuck you. And then I left, and they strip searched me, and then and that was it. Then I went into what they call a rap, and raps are intense. So the rap was this 3-hour long kind of like a group therapy session, but everyone is just sort of, oh my God, it was so bizarre. So I had only been at the school two hours. I'd just been strip searched, and I'd been put into one of these 3-hour raps, and the girl next to me was like rocking back and forth on the chair, sort of like sobbing quietly. And then the kid next to me got up, walked across the room, and switched seats with someone, because you weren't allowed to talk to someone next to you. You had to be across the room. And that kid started screaming at the kid right next to me over here. And then this one just started screaming at the floor, and started screaming at the floor like, I hate you, Mom, I hate you, Dad. And then someone started putting all the this Kleenex, all these tissues and I'm like, why are they putting all these fucking tissues here? And then you just see all this snot and spit and mucus empty out of this girl's body, because she's just screaming, and blood vessels are popping in her fucking, and she's crying and screaming, and it was the most disgusting thing you've ever seen.
Fuck.
And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be here for 2.5 years, and this is going to happen 3 times a week. There was a lot of sleep deprivation. They had
what did your parents think it was?
They thought they were told by the counselors at the psych ward that it was like a place for troubled kids when you didn't know what else to do with them. And
so the psych ward was in on it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. And so I think...
do you think they were fooled? Or do you think that they knew what was going on?
I think that maybe they were fooled. I think they were probably fooled. I don't think anybody really
This is pre-internet, right? It'd
Yeah,
probably
this
be
is all
easier to fool
pre-internet.
people because you can't do a wiki on them.
Yeah. I mean, the
Can't
school,
Google search
the
them.
government finally shut them down.
So they were accredited, though, or something. I mean,
Yeah,
they were
I think
approved
so.
by.
Yeah. It had been, around, CETA was there for, I think, since the 70s, I want to say, or maybe even
Jesus
earlier, maybe the
Christ.
late 60s. Or
That's the
early
scary
70s.
ones.
Yeah.
The ones with legs.
Yeah.
You know?
But it was a really weird mix of students. It was I think Paris Hilton went there at one point, and then there was just a lot of kids there on court orders, and there was, it was just a real weird mix of people.
Wow.
But they had these 24-hour, what they called prophets, and they were all named after a different chapter of the book called The Prophet by Khalil Gibran.
Dude, I have to pee so bad.
Well, go
I'm going to
fucking
stop
pee.
you right here because I can't. I was like, I'm going to hang on to this. I'll be fine. But I drank 3 cups of coffee before I got here. Hold, please.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
go
We'll be
pee.
right back, folks. Okay. Sorry. We're back. You were saying something about The Prophet based on the Khalil Gibran. How do you say that?
Khalil Gibran.
Gibran?
Yeah. It
Prophet.
was they had these things called prophets. So you go through the program with a peer group. So everybody that was enrolled at the same time as you in the same 2 months, you go through these almost like these rites of passages called prophets, and there were these 24-hour long workshops. And they're all based around each chapter of this book called The Prophet. And the first one was called The Truth, and it was the truth will set you free. So you basically tell everything you've ever done that you felt bad about. And it's like confession almost. And what was odd is that all the staff members there were like 2 or 3 staff members who were the counselors at the school. They had no real credentials. They weren't like therapists, but they acted as therapists. But they all had fucked up lives too. And so, and some of them, yeah. And so some of them, like there were people that really got off on the power, like many cult leaders do. And then there were some that were former students there that were sent away for being bad kids. So there were staff members like confessing to. I heard one guy claimed that he set a homeless guy on fire. Another one would strangle cats. Oh, Jesus. And they're like, these are the fucking people that are teaching
fall
us?
asleep around a dude who used to strangle cats?
No, you couldn't fall asleep in the prophets. Right.
I mean, eventually.
I mean, no, I think they lived off campus.
Oh, okay. Fuck, man. That sounds insane.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
They all have that element in them. That's a Scientology element too, right? And then also Catholicism. You have to confess.
Right.
There's a thing that Scientology does where they go over all sorts of aspects of your life, and they like save that.
Yeah,
they
I saw
save
that
all
in
those
the
recordings,
Master.
and then when you want to talk shit, they're like, "Oh, well, you thinking about leaving?" Hey,
Oh,
bro.
fascinating.
Yeah, we're gonna tell everybody about that thing that you do with clowns.
I wonder why they would do it here then, because we had no power to, like, we're all underage.
Well, that's a different organization.
Yeah,
what they're doing is probably getting power over you. I mean, it seems like that's what those things are always about. They're always about power, and then it's usually the main dude's banging everybody's wife.
Right.
And they get a lot of money.
The teachers, there were teachers that were for sure banging the students. There's no doubt about it.
It is, if a guy can lie about what he does for a living, right, and get laid, they'll do it.
Oh, yeah.
There's a certain percentage of guys that will do it. If they can lie and control people, they'll do that too. Like, it's just different levels of douchebaggery.
Right.
To get to that cult,
like
leader
the
level.
Big boss.
Yeah,
this
it's
is
just like everything
King
else,
Koopa.
man.
Yeah, right. Okay.
It's like there's levels of where people can, they could control people in the strangest ways and get people like the Hale-Bopp comet people. Remember that?
Exactly.
They cut their balls off. That was a big part of it, like releasing
I
yourself
don't remember
from your
that
sexuality.
part of the fucking story.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, the main guy cut his balls off. And he encouraged others to cut their balls off as well, to free themselves from the confines of sexual lust.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, you remember that guy? Remember what he looked
I
like?
remember exactly what he looked like. He almost looked like Mr. Magoo without the glasses.
Here's what he looked like.
Yeah, there he is. Oh, Magoo, you've done it again.
You don't have to have a good hustle to start a cult. Like, that's not a good hustle. That's a terrible hustle. But you need to have a hustle that works good on dumb people.
Right.
And that's the difference. Yeah. Just like the guy when Frank Santos used to do his hypnotism act at Stitches, there was a guy that would come in his pants. It would just be every hour, he would do different things different times. He'd make things up. He had a bunch of different things he would do. But I remember one of them, he's like, this was when Madonna was hot.
Oh, sure.
He was telling this guy that he's having sex with Madonna. It might have been Janet Jackson, someone like that. Someone very popular at the time. Someone hot and popular. And he's like, oh my goodness, you're going to pop. And the kid's like, oh, the kid comes. And you're like, I don't believe this. We're all looking at each other. And Greg was like, for sure he came. I'm like, for sure. That guy just came. That guy came. And he like looks all embarrassed. And he's like looking around confused. He's not a good actor. He's just a moron. There's certain things that some guys can do to really dumb people where they can sink into their brain. But stand-up is similar to that, but not really. It's similar to hypnosis. That kind of hypnosis is weird hypnosis. It only works on really moronic people.
Very susceptible.
Yeah, there's vulnerable people, man. Maybe it might not even be dumb. It might be just you got programmed poorly. Like I know a lady who's Mormon. Her whole life's Mormon. And one of the things she said that was kind of shocking, she was like, I'm more, because she left that religion, and she's like, but I'm very susceptible to bullshit. Like, I'm very susceptible to, like, gurus and cults. It's like there's a part, when you develop your whole life, 35, 45 years of thinking a certain way, and then all of a sudden it's shut off. And you're like, okay, all that stuff that you believe, that was all bullshit. So don't go there anymore. Now, good luck. You're like, oh, fuck. Who's got the answer? Who's got the...
Those are the ones ripe for the picking.
So it might not even be dumb. it's
They're
more
lost. They need some direction. They need
something.
something.
Programmed
Programming.
poorly. Yeah.
Well, I wasn't. I don't think
There
I was.
he is. There's Frank Santos.
Oh wow.
This is when this is the Comedy Connection. This is when they moved to Out of Stitches. This is the
Looks like
larger
John
room that was
Panette.
in Faneuil Hall. He did a little bit. See, do you got any volume on this?
He's making them all think they just watched a sad movie in this clip.
Yeah, see, they're all crying. Look at this. These people are all freaking out. Dude, you had to see it in real life. This is not doing it
just
justice.
like the guy. Who was it?
There was certain people that would be faking it.
Flip
He
Orley.
could tell when you're faking it. He would walk up to you and go, "Come on, man, you're not under. Get out of here."
exactly.
And he kicked those guys out.
I
And then
love
there was,
that.
There was other guys that just hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah,
they believed
they
were
want it.
Yeah, they believed they were having sex with a mermaid or something. They believed they were in a sword fight. It's just
That's so fascinating to me.
yeah, it is, and that's who gets caught into the Hail Bob comment and gets their balls
Their
cut off.
dick, balls.
Yeah,
Fair
I
enough.
don't think they cut the dick
Well,
off.
fair enough.
think they cut
Either
the
way,
dick.
it's pretty intense.
It's an intense commitment to your fake god. Or
I
whatever
went
it is.
along with it because I didn't want to extend my sentence. If you
Right.
got in trouble and you didn't play along and you didn't follow the rules, then you had 6 months to your sentence and you drop a peer group. And
But
get
you
put
didn't
on
know going in that it was a cult. When do you think
No.
you figured it out?
until I was like a fucking 2 years after I had graduated.
Oh my god. So 2 years after it's all over, you're sitting around going, "Hey,
I think like I started talking to someone. They're like, "Didn't you think that was a little weird when they did this or that?" And I was like, "Now that you mention it, yeah. Wait a minute.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we had to do 14 days through Joshua Tree, which was beautiful, which was great. But then a 4-day solo where they give you like a bag of trail mix and some water and a whistle. And they say, all right, we'll come back in 4 days. But as a 14-year-old, it's like, what the fuck?
what the fuck?"
Yeah, it was intense.
That's
but
crazy.
the worst
Where was this? Where are the woods?
in Joshua Tree.
That's a fucking sketchy area.
Yeah.
14 years
in
old?
the desert. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Where are we supposed to get your water?
You had a big bag of water that was
big
gonna
bag of water for 4
bag of water
days?
for 4 days.
How big is this bag?
I don't know. I can't.
You have your own
remember.
bag?
Yeah. Yeah, you were alone. They give you an area about half the size of this room, the studio.
What?
And they say, all right, we'll come get you in 4 days. Here's 4 granola bars, a bag of trail mix, and a bag of water, and a whistle in case you get bit by a rattlesnake or some
Oh
shit.
my god!
And then
so where are they when this is happening? They're nowhere
They
near you.
said they were around and they monitor. I think they monitor you. So they probably saw a lot of beating off. 14 years old. I think I
See,
spent most of my days.
If I was a 14-year-old and I came up with a cult, that would be one of the rules.
What was the rule? No beating off?
No. I'd be like, you're going to all be by yourself for 4 days. You get 4 granola bars and a bag of water. Like, it sounds like something a 14-year-old would come up with as far as the
It
rules.
sounds like an episode of fucking Fear Factor.
And here's a whistle if you get bit by a rattler. I'll be over the top of the hill. You won't see me, but I'll be able to hear you. Like, that sounds like a 14-year-old. Like
I'll never forget, too, when we came out, they told us Kurt Cobain had just killed himself. It was 94. But I remember if you get in trouble, they put you on something called a full-time. And that was never fun because it was like you had no, it was the amount of time of the full-time was in a turn. So it was based on the staff member. It was either you ran away or you had sex with another student or I know.
That happened?
Yeah.
Kids are
fuck yeah.
banging.
Not me.
in between snotty screams.
Yeah, a lot of
fucking
primal
it up.
scream therapy.
Bro,
They
that's so-
but on a full time, like you wake up and you have to like try and dig out a stump that's been there since the 70s. No one was ever gonna fucking take it out. The biggest stump you've ever fucking seen. I remember when I got enrolled, the first thing I saw was a kid and a pickaxe, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Bro, that's why they have dynamite.
Yeah, and
You're supposed to dynamite
yeah,
those things.
Right. Well, they used it for full times, but you're not allowed to laugh or sing or no human contact. You can't talk to anybody for 3 weeks.
Oh my god, they're mind
That's how
fucking
long I
you.
was. Yeah, they mind fucked you. There was something called smushing where everybody, it was like you walk into this giant house every night and everyone is telling each other their life stories. But it looked like, you remember Jonestown when like the 909 people had just drank the Kool-Aid?
Yes.
And it was just body on top of body. That's what it looked like. Everyone's just cuddling with each other.
Oh my God.
And it's like all the staff members are fucking rubbing hair of
Jesus
like the girls.
Christ.
You're like, this seems highly inappropriate with like girls, 13-year-old girls' head in their lap.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
it was trippy. But yeah, our buddy, Jeff Garland, put me in touch with this fantastic writer who writes a lot of episodes of Better Call Saul, and we're almost done with our pilot. We're going to pitch it in about a month.
I feel like that's one that's going to be fascinating to see how they play that narrative out. Like, whether they will show that kind of shit, like a 13-year-old
Right.
girl in a guy's lap. Like, that seems like that you
don't
can't
know.
even do that.
We'll see.
You can't even do that in fiction. You know what I mean? You'd have to imply it.
That's a good point. Well,
Even
I
if
mean,
you
if everybody's
implied it.
fully clothed.
The problem is it really happened,
Yeah.
right? So it's not like it's fiction. So
Right.
if you were creating this kind of fiction, you're putting it out, people would be like, what? You sick fuck? Why did you even think of that? But you're not doing that.
That's true.
Yeah,
So
you're
that's a plus.
relaying some crazy shit that you actually experienced. And how many years were you there for?
Almost 3. Wow. Yeah. Some of the exercises were crazy. They did this one called Lifeboat where they choose 2 students. I was one of the students they chose. And you're on a chair and you can only save 2 people. And all your best friends and shit are sobbing and they're like, oh, please pick
my
me. And you have to
God.
look each person in the eye and tell them why they die.
What the fuck?
And then everyone had to write their own eulogy. It's fucking weird. A girl slit her own throat.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. And another kid jumped off a cliff.
See, this is where I'm with the FBI. This is where I take their side. I'm
Elaborate.
like, I
Oh.
get it. I know why you have to investigate these people. I understand why you're so wary of people starting cults. Because I was saying this to my friend. I'm like, how come no one has ever started a good cult? You know, like
Yeah.
we did, and Bridget Fetisi and I were talking about this the other day. I said we should just call it the cult, like, you know, in homage to the band.
What about Death Squad?
But it's not a cult.
I'm just kidding.
But I'm saying a real cult. Like, no one can start a good one. Like a
Right.
good, like a real solid one with like good morals. Like they're always the
I
same.
think you're on.
But
I
this
can't
is why
believe
the
I'm saying
FBI.
this, but I think you're onto something.
I think I'm onto
I
something.
think
This is
you
why
are.
the FBI is forced to jump in, because it's almost like a thing that's 99% done by assholes.
Right.
But 1%. I'm looking for that needle in a haystack. I'm looking for that piece of gold in the pile of shit. I know it's in there. One of those cults is someone who really just has good intentions.
Yeah.
Do you know who Alex Gray is?
Oh yes,
The
I
artist?
love fucking Alex
Yeah.
Gray. Does
He
a lot
might-
of psychedelics.
He might be one. He is
You're
actually a guy.
absolutely right.
He's the real deal, because he actually started a religion, and the religion is based on art. It's not based on profit, and he's building the most insane, beautiful, artistic structure. Like
I love his shit.
The thing that they're building to do their worship in. I mean, I don't know what you call it. A cathedral? Does he call it a cathedral? What does he call it? Chapel of Sacred Mirrors, right? Isn't that what he calls it?
I heard about this fucking
But
thing.
no, I think that's what he called the place in New York. I think he calls this something different. But you've seen it, right? Have you seen the images?
I've seen. I have a couple of. I have one art book from it. I think it's in there, maybe.
No, I don't think so. It's new, but some of the images from his
Are
art
in the
are in the
cathedral.
cathedral.
Got it.
The whole thing is like this gigantic work of art. I
Yeah.
don't know if they're 3D printing the outside or.
Cosm is the chapter of
Cosm.
Sacred Mirrors, and then Entheon is that
That's right.
place. that
That's
they were
right.
Making.
Entheon is the place up in upstate New York. I think Duncan said he was there. He belongs there. He's going to move there.
That makes sense. That
makes
checks
sense.
out.
Yeah, he's totally. Duncan could start a good
I
cult.
fucking
good solid
Duncan would
cult.
be a
Look at it. That's what
great
it looks like
cult
from the
leader.
outside.
That's stunning.
Dude,
That-
it's dope. It's basically his art, but his art in a building. Like he made a building out of his art.
That's cool. Where
crazy.
this seems like it would be in like Sedona or something.
No,
It's
man,
in
they
upstate
bought
New York.
Yeah, and they're
Or
like,
like
good tax
Schenectady?
payers and shit. They like, and it's a real religion. So I think they have they're not good taxpayers. They have tax exempt status. I think that's the whole deal.
Oh shit!
yeah,
good for
I think,
them.
that's what I'm saying. I think they're a real religion.
Yeah, there it is.
but
That's the shit.
he's a guy that I believe.
Yeah, he
like-
seems like a good dude.
Oh, he's not trying to.
No.
take everybody's money and bang everybody's wife.
Yeah.
He's really just this guy. He's a really sweetheart guy and an amazing
There
artist.
are people like that. You know,
They do
him and
exist.
Ram Dass. And
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Ram Dass is a
rest in
great
peace.
example.
Yeah.
There's people that really do exist or did
Yep.
exist that really are pure. This is really what they want to do.
Yeah.
That's true. But
I
it's
don't
only
know
like,
if this guy started out that way. Who knows? The
It's
guy who
1 out of
started this
100.
guy. Yeah, 1 out of 100. 1 in 100.
most of them get to that spot and they just, it's like when they get into it in the first place, are they doing it because it's been done to them? Like some of them, clearly, right? Some of them seems like they were a victim
The staff
of it. when they
members,
were-
for sure. That's why I know the one who set the homeless guy on fire. I know that for sure. That's why he did it. He got put through this bullshit. He was going to inflict it on somebody else.
Bro,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
garbage people. And then the craziest thing was maybe about 7 or 8 years after I graduated, a lot of kids would split. I split. You run away, but then you get caught, or you come back to the school once you find out your parents aren't going to take you out. But a lot of kids never came back, and that was just the fact to the kids. We don't know what the fuck happened to them. They would always tell us that the parents pulled them out of the school. Some of the kids that ran away and never came back. Oh. But it was on the side of this giant, almost like a cliff, this backside of a mountain. And some kids would walk down into town through the road, and some kids, they said, would run away and go down the backside of the mountain. And they said some kids died going down the backside. Some kids got kidnapped. Who fucking knows? But I found out about 7 or 8 years after the club was closed, they found out that there was actually a serial killer that was working at the school. He was like the night janitor kind of guy, and confessed to murdering like a handful of kids that we thought ran away. And he got caught for something else and then confessed to all these murders he had committed over the last decade. And 4 of them were kids while he was working up at the campus.
Holy shit.
Crazy. And that was
Holy
while I was
shit.
there, yeah. Bonkers.
Fuck.
Pretty wild.
So it took you a few years. Was it a relationship that you were in where a girl was explaining to you?
No, it was while I was talking to former students.
Oh.
And then it started opening my eyes, and I was like, oh, yeah.
So it wasn't talking to someone who wasn't in it.
Right.
It was talking to someone who was in it.
Yeah.
So together you were like going, hey, I've talked to some other people.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
that's not what 14-year-olds do.
Right.
Fuck, man.
And then when Facebook, it was even longer than that, because I think then when Facebook came out, then it was like there were all these groups, and everyone's like, yeah, we were in a cult.
There was a lot of them, I think, in the 60s and the 70s.
Yeah.
I think there was a lot of them where there was a lot of people that were experimenting with different lifestyles, and they're experimenting with drugs, and then there was a lot of people. Whenever you do drugs around people, there's always people that have answers.
Right.
You know,
Right.
annoying people that have answers. I'm one of those people.
Well, it's like Charles Manson. That's what, right? He
Yeah.
gave everybody acid. Sure.
New true crime podcast, The Lost Kids, exposes the twisted, troubled teen industry.
Oh, wow.
Wow,
at
Sea-Doo
that.
schools.
Just came out.
Wow,
Oh, fuck.
what
Holy
kind
shit.
of
What are the
timing is
odds?
this,
Look at
Adam?
that. I got to reach out.
The new podcast investigates missing teen Daniel Yuen. I think. How do you say that? You think? Yuen?
I don't know.
Jamie?
When?
When?
Yeah, maybe when.
When? Sorry, Daniel.
Sorry, Daniel.
And the controversial Sea-Doo schools.
Interesting.
6 episodes.
Wow. Oh, wow. Fascinating. I'll definitely be checking that out.
Yeah, man. There was a whole time where people were, regularly getting together groups of people and getting them to do things and telling them, got to drink the Kool-Aid, and telling them, you got to come with me. We got to kill that pregnant lady and write pig on the wall. Like all that shit came out of cults. All of it,
Yeah.
And the Manson one, Fitzsimmons turned me on to this guy that wrote this.
The guy that wrote the book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, did you?
I love
have you heard of it?
Fitzsimmons. I've heard all about this guy.
The guy's named Tom O'Neill, and his book is called Chaos. It says Chaos.
Oh, that's for
Charles
sure.
Manson and the CIA's mind control
Charles
experiment.
Manson, the CIA, and the secret history of the 60s.
Yeah,
Right.
we wanted Norm wanted to interview him on our podcast so many times, for a long time.
He's amazing. You should have him on because
Yeah.
he lived it for 20 fucking years. So he can talk to you about it in a depth and with a like without even looking at notes, man. He knows everything about the Manson case. It was his life for 20 fucking years.
Wow.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, that
the
shit's
book's
fascinating to
amazing.
me.
It was all the CIA was giving them acid. Manson, they kept releasing from jail. He kept violating parole. They'd let him go. They let him go. They knew he was doing crazy shit. Let him go. Let him go. They wanted him to get these hippies to do fucked up things because it would disgrace the anti-war
Wow.
movement and it would get people to be against hippies.
Right.
So he literally let Charles Manson have carte blanche, and they think even experimented on him with acid while he was in jail.
That's fucking crazy.
And then when he was out of jail, there was a fucking clinic, a free clinic in Haight-Ashbury that operated until Tom's book came out. It had been in operation for 30 or 40 fucking years. No, more. It was like 50 years from the 60s. Tom's book comes out, and they close it. They close down this free clinic a couple of months after his book comes out, showing that free clinic was being used in the 1960s by the CIA to dose up hippies and follow them around and do studies on them, and then dose up Johns in whorehouses. They set up fake whorehouses with two-way mirrors and let these guys take acid. They thought they were getting a drink and they were going to have sex with the prostitute, and they would pour acid into their mouth and follow them and fucking run studies on them.
fucking crazy.
All that was real. It's called Operation Midnight Climax, a real thing that
That's
happened.
fucking awesome.
Bro, this Tom O'Neill book blows the lid off of it. You're like, this is insane. It's insane.
That's wild.
When Fitzsimmons told me about it, Fitzsimmons doesn't recommend anybody, but he just goes, you have to get this guy on your podcast. He goes, it's right up your alley, and it's fucking crazy. And when you hear the whole story, like, oh my God, of course. Like, holy shit. Of course.
That's fucking
Of course.
bonkers.
They fucking experience. Here's the thing I was going to talk about. I watched over this past weekend the entire Netflix special on the Unabomber. There's a 4-part special on the Unabomber. And it mentions a lot of fucked up things about the Unabomber. That I don't want to spoil alert anybody, but one thing it kind of leaves out was that he was a part, I'm pretty sure this has been documented, of the CIA, LSD, Harvard drug studies.
Really?
Yeah, that he was a part of some sort of psychological study in Harvard for 3 years. By the way, he graduated from school early, so he was at Harvard when he was 17. 17-year-old kid, they're putting him through this psychological study where they humiliate you and break down your ideas and call you a fool. And there's recordings of it, of him talking to an adult, 17-year-old kid, talking to an adult who's just openly mocking him and his ideas and shitting on him. And they think they gave
They
these
created
kids...
the fucking Unabomber.
They think they gave these kids acid, too.
Wow.
And they think one of the things he
For
said
what
to his
purpose?
because they were being
studying.
sadistic. They were
Oh,
being sadistic.
wow.
It was just like a cult. You give people too much power, they do whatever the fuck they want. In this case, you gave people too much power, and they said, you know what? Let's find out what acid does do to people. Let's find out what happens when you humiliate a kid and break them down and give them acid. Let's try. And so they would just ruin people's lives. And they did it to a ton of people, man.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah, dude, they just experiment. They didn't know what acid really was. They weren't exactly sure what it would do or what it could do. They thought it was going to be a truth serum, then it turns out it's not that. Like, what is it? So they did all kinds of experiments with people. And the best way to do them initially was get volunteers. But after the volunteers were fucking going crazy and losing their marbles and like staring in the corner like Blair Witch Project, nodding back and forth, they ran out of volunteers. So then they started using prisoners, and they started using students. They started using a bunch of different people, using people that weren't going to say anything about it, like Johns at a brothel.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good point.
bro. It's bonkers. So what was crazy is they didn't mention none of that in the Kaczynski Netflix thing. And I thought that was fascinating because there was another documentary called The Net. I believe it was a German documentary. It's in subtitles, and it was explaining that as well. But it was going into depth more about
the Unabomber
LSD,
specifically, or
the LSD studies that they did on them. People are just starting to understand, like, there really was a time where they were experimenting on people. That's a real thing.
Fuck.
I mean, it was going on for a while. They were taking people and running experiments on innocent people.
That's crazy.
This is a part of our history 50 years ago.
The only studies I've seen is like the famous videos of like when they give it to like a housewife.
There's all this stuff called MK Ultra. And MK Ultra was a real project where they were really experimenting on people to find out what would happen to them.
Fuck.
There's also, look, there's people that are experts on how to extract information out of people. You know, there's people that are experts. How do you think they get to be those experts? What do they do? Well, they experiment. What are they experimenting on? Probably prisoners. They probably do it with prisoners. That's what they did with Charles Manson.
Right.
They experimented on him with acid. And they taught him how to manipulate others with acid, how to use acid to break down societal norms, break down all the structure they had in terms of what was okay and not okay in relationships and their relationship to society, how society was fucking them over. He would force them to have orgies and go, you're going to have sex with her and he's going to have sex with him, and put everybody together. And they all do gay, straight, all acid, all fucked up. And literally, he would pretend to take acid and then like guide them.
Right.
And guide their thoughts
that.
and program them. And he did it every night. And everybody was like, well, where'd he get the acid? Where's he getting all that acid? He's getting it from the fucking government.
Wow.
Dude.
That's fucking bonkers.
Dude.
I got to read this fucking book.
He was emboldened. First of all, he was a fucking psychopath with a terrible childhood. Right? His childhood was he was just destroyed by the time he was a grown man. Lived half of his life in federal institutions. Half of his life. From the time he got out before Helter Skelter, half of his life he had been in federal prison.
Jesus.
Crazy.
He spent almost his entire life in prison.
He was, and most likely, they're pretty sure they were involved in acid studies during that time, at least towards the end before they release him.
Fuck.
So they release him, and he's been in jail a ton of times for everything, fucking stealing cars, all kinds of shit.
Right.
And they release him, and he just getting away with things. Like when he does things, like they think he murdered a guy. They think he murdered a guy at the ranch. The guy disappeared, and he confessed to it later. Just never found that guy. And then he talks these kids into killing people. Talks these kids into stabbing people and robbing people. And bro, I mean, and he keeps getting out. They arrest him for stuff, and they keep letting him go. And no one could understand it. Dude, it's nuts. It's when you read the book. I listen to the audiobook. I hardly ever read anymore. But when you listen to the story, it's at the end of it, you're like, whoa, well, that makes sense. That's what they were probably doing back then. They probably did stuff like that back then. And he connects it to Sirhan Sirhan, the guy who killed Robert F. Kennedy.
Yeah.
He connects it to Jack Ruby, the guy who shot Lee Harvey Oswald. He
What?
Thinks, Jack Ruby, after this one doctor, this Dr. Jolly, this famous LSD doctor from that clinic, went to visit Lee Harvey Oswald, went to visit Jack Ruby after he shot Lee Harvey Oswald. When he leaves, Jack Ruby's crawling off the ceiling, screaming and yelling. He's delusional, demented. He thinks that there's a new Holocaust happening right now and they're lighting Jewish babies on fire in the street. He loses his mind, completely loses his mind after this guy visits him, after this LSD doctor who worked with Manson. Dude.
That's crazy.
It's the craziest book. You need that book in your life.
Read it. What's it called?
Chaos.
Chaos.
I think back in the 50s and 60s, they just tried things.
Yeah. That's a great way to look at it. Yeah, sure.
They just tried things
try
on people.
some shit.
They just tried things. They're like, let's see what happens when we do this. Did you see anything about the Unabomber Ted Kaczynski and LSD experiments at Harvard?
He digging through. There's a book that came out called Harvard and the Unabomber. Digging through here, it doesn't specifically say that those tests had LSD in them, but they were psychological tests that happened at Harvard to undergraduate students in the late 60s, or maybe even...
Yeah, they brushed over it
right.
in the documentary, the Netflix thing, about how they would use drugs on patients. But they didn't. They were talking about a variety of methods, and they sort of glossed over the fact and drugs. But LSD was a critical part of that, because if they dosed them up all the time, they could just rewire them.
Right.
Like you could rewire someone's brain.
Yeah, you're just starting from scratch, kind of.
Bro, the book will blow your mind.
Yeah, it already has.
And as it gets further along, it builds. I mean, it's a masterpiece. The guy did it over 20 years. He literally gave up his life searching this thing, and then gave birth to this 20-year-old baby. It's amazing.
I can't wait to see this fucking baby.
But I think, like, when I'm watching the Unabomber thing, and I'm thinking, how many people like that aren't murderous, but lost their fucking mind?
Yeah, exactly.
Because of some crazy experiments.
Oh.
Because of someone doing something like back in the 60s.
That's fucking crazy.
But how is that different than a cult? I mean, it's different in that, I guess it's different in that they're not taking you to a place and making you be, but it's not in terms of one person with an extraordinary amount of power is using and abusing that power in a way that no one would ever consent to, and they don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't understand. They can't understand it.
Yeah.
Because in your case, when you're 14, you're a fucking little kid.
Yeah, exactly.
And in this case, when you're on acid, like they're doctoring your neurochemistry. They're changing the way your fucking brain interfaces with reality, and then programming you, talking to you. Anybody who doesn't think that is insane. And when you find out that actually went on, like, whoa, has anybody been held accountable for that? Like, what,
right.
what happened there? And people still deny it to this day, apparently. But there's been some Freedom of Information Act documents and some other documents they found that were in CIA storage that confirmed the existence of this program and some of the things that they were trying to do.
That's so fucking fascinating.
And they shut it all down once this one guy who was running it died. They're like, that's it. Let's get
Wrap it up.
We're out. You imagine coming on board the CIA like a year later, not having any idea, and everybody's mad. Like, what? I'm looking for terrorists. The fuck are you talking about? Acid and hookers. Like, what? Who is doing what?
Sign me up.
There's no documentation of that like readily available to new recruits. They don't tell you. You sign up for the CIA, you think you're a good guy who's here to save the world from bad people.
Right.
And meanwhile, you're coming in right on the heels of the regime that was literally operating whorehouses with two-way mirrors, dosing plumbers up with acid.
That's fucking crazy.
Oh, poor guys. Can you imagine just going to have some sex, pay someone to touch your body, and they give you acid? They Bill Cosby you with some fucking acid. And then study you, and that's the government, and your taxes are all paying for that. Whoa, that's cult shit. But that's what people do, man. If they have that kind of power, if you give people just, first of all, also if you give people that are in the position of like any government agency or a police officer that's seen a lot of violence. They've seen a lot of crazy shit. They've seen like the worst side of people. And then you give them this like super secret power where no one could know what they're doing. And they can literally ghost people. They can make people vanish. You can just shoot somebody in the head and throw them in the ocean. No one's going to say anything. Everybody's on your side. You're one of the good guys.
Ugh.
That people would just do stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like they need to be held accountable.
Definitely.
That's what the rules are for. The rules are to keep people from being people.
Yeah, accountability is very important.
Yeah, you got to keep people
paramount.
from giving into the primal people nature.
I like that primal people nature.
Seems like that's what those cults are, man. It's like there's a combination of stupid, uninformed, narcissism, and that weird primal nature to tell people what to do.
Yeah.
And you bang it all together with some delusional person with some good vocabulary and some wild stories of what's waiting for them after the Hale Bopp comet passes overhead and you cut your balls off.
It's fucked up. Yeah, it's all fucked up.
How did it affect you once you got out and you realized you were out and you talked to all the other people that were out too and you all realized that you were out? How did it affect did you have to like remap those years in your head? Did you have to kind of think about what life is really like? It was
interesting because I got out when I was 16, so I had to go out. As soon as I got out, I had 2 more years of high school, so I got thrown down the street at Taft. I went to Taft High School in Woodland Hills, and then did a couple more years there. But it was tough to get reacclimated, and then I didn't know. I had to retrain my brain almost. Like I felt like I knew. It was almost like I knew what they were trying to do. I almost felt like I was being brainwashed, and we were taught to self-police each other. And I may have
it's like North Korea style, like you rat each other out.
Yeah. Otherwise, they would put you on a full time, and you'd have to fucking dig out a stump for.
So when you
weeks.
say we were forced to self-police each other, were you forced to self-police yourself or other guys?
Ourselves and others.
Oh, okay. So you had to rat out people too.
You'd have to write a dirt list every week, which is basically every rule.
Here's another way the government's fucking kind of culty. They were doing that in L.A. They were asking people to find people who weren't social distancing, and report them, and then report businesses that were operating during quarantine. You get a reward. Call this hotline. Call this number. Be a rat.
Be a bitch.
Yeah, be a bitch. There should be a number. If you when they call those
1-800
numbers,
be a bitch.
But when they call those numbers, they should have your phone number, and then when you go to vote, they should go, "Oh look, turns out you're a bitch. Look what you did, stupid. This guy was barbecuing in his backyard without a mask on. You called the fucking feds. You creeps." People are so crazy.
I know.
They're so absolute and so angry.
Yeah, it's insane.
Dude.
Yeah, I don't know, man. And then
So
I got out. Yeah,
how
I
do
just
you
had to
recover?
relearn it.
How do you like go, hey, all right, this is all bullshit?
I think it took some time. It took years, but I was one of the lucky ones. I was like, you know what? I did it. I took the positives. I was like, you know what? It wasn't all bad. I learned some tools, and if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be the person I am today. And I'm not the worst fucking guy in the world. So I made it out. I survived. Fuck it, right? There were a lot of people that wouldn't let go. They would just hold on, and to this very day, they hold on so tight to this bitterness and this anger, and they can't sleep at night, and all they think about is what they went through. They lost 3 years of their life. I do hate that. I do bummed out that I missed out those 3 years of
Not if the script
junior
gets
high.
sold.
Yeah, that's true.
Come
That's
on,
true.
man.
That's true.
That's earned character.
Exactly.
That's like, we're talking about with Joey Diaz. Like, you earned this.
I not only do I not regret it, there's many, many, many days, more days than not, that I wish I could go back and do it all over again. I swear to God.
Why?
I don't know.
Because it was fun, I bet.
There was camaraderie. There was it was like there was something about it. I didn't have to. I had all that other bullshit to worry about, but I didn't have to worry about a roof over my head, job, all the other bullshit that you have to worry about
They
as
say
an
that
adult.
about prison.
Yeah,
You get
I'm sure.
institutionalized.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I heard stories about people even in the Holocaust. Because you know what the reason. I think it's a very small percentage of people that would have wanted to go back to that, but they said it's because they felt alive.
A lot of people have said that about war in general.
Yeah,
That
they
during
felt so
war, they
alive.
feel like the stakes are so high and everything's turned up to 11. I think that's what we're talking about when we're talking about the pandemic, the early days of the pandemic. I felt like this is going to be good for people. It's going to be a little bit of a lesson,
Yeah.
but I'm much more cynical now.
Yes.
Because now I see that everyone's going to survive, but they're going to be broke, and they're going to be. It's going to harden people's differences instead of force people to abandon a lot of the foolish stuff and concentrate on what's important, keeping our loved ones and our family alive, keeping each other alive, and doing the right thing, and protecting ourselves from this invasion of demons, invisible demons that can kill your grandpa.
Yeah.
But then when we realized it wasn't that, then everybody sort of settled into this boredom. Everybody settled into like watching TV all day and eating too much. And then the shit talking on Twitter got to the point where I'm like, I don't even want to read you guys anymore.
Yeah,
Like, everyone's so angry. There's so much anger. And until things bounce back to a steady place, I don't think that's going to resolve itself.
Well, it's a very divisive issue,
But I do hope that some of us, the wise amongst us, some of us that like to think about things, are going to look at this and go, maybe my priorities were out of whack. Maybe I was working too much. Maybe I should have just tried to enjoy life and had more adventures and appreciated people and just more dinners with wine. You laughing and hugging each other and just more having fun, because there's so much of life is really horseshit.
Yep.
It really it's hard to recognize it when it's right in front of you and it demands your attention.
I know.
But it's not the same thing as losing your life.
Yeah.
And when that virus came along, like post 9/11, everybody kind of became nicer for a little bit.
Yep.
I'm hoping that more of us than not will be able to recapture that.
I hope so.
Just hold on to what is actually important.
And I hope that's sooner rather than later.
I also hope that people that have been thinking about doing something, but they've been held back by this idea that you're going to play it safe, you realize there's no safe.
Yeah.
So good. So write that book, start stand-up, make that album, fucking start sculpting, whatever the fuck you're thinking about doing, man. Just go and do it. Go and do it.
beautiful.
Get out there, man.
I want
hope
to
so.
kidnap a bunch of people and give them acid.
I think that's been done.
All right. Sorry.
Turns out terrible.
Shit.
When are you gonna do your thing with Norm again? You gonna start
Yeah,
soon?
we've been planning for a while now, so now we're just going to we just need to put all the nuts and bolts into place, and then get a studio, get a camera, and just do it. But you're going to be the first guest.
I'm in.
All right, good.
So just tell me when, so I can plan ahead.
We're shooting the first one in the fall, so
okay. So you're
know.
gonna plan it out. You're gonna map it out in advance. Nice.
I can't wait, and we're still
I'm in. Listen, I love Norm to pieces. He's one of my all-time favorite human beings.
Same here.
That have ever lived. I have a great story about Norm. Me and him on a plane, and randomly, this is crazy but true. Randomly, twice I sat next to him on planes, just randomly.
Oh wow.
Yeah, totally randomly. Like, what's up, Norm? What's up, Norm? Like, crazy, this is happening again. And both times it was a blast. But one time we're flying back, and he's like, yeah, I used to smoke, and I had to give it up. It's fucking terrible for you. But sometimes I miss it. But glad I quit. I'm like, how long has it been? He's telling me all these months. He stopped smoking, this and that. We're talking. As soon as we land, he walks right into the fucking store, buys a carton of cigarettes, and he's opening this cigarette. He's lighting it before he gets out the door. And I go, what are you doing? He goes, oh, that talk about smoking. I had to have one. And the flight from I forget where we even were, 2 times. Both times are just like the best flights. Like, just like having an audience of one next to one of the greatest comics ever, and just be able to talk shit.
Yeah, he's probably he's probably like in my top 3 favorite stand-up comics of all time, and he's so
great
quick.
Guy.
He's a great
guy.
Greatest guy. The 2 greatest people in my life in comedy have been Norm and Spade. They've just been so good to me, and I love them both, and they're both equally hilarious in different ways. But Norm, I'll never forget how quick he was and good he was at hosting that podcast. We had Larry King on one time, and Larry was like, Norm, I don't think they're going to give you a show, like, the way, because he was just fucking outlandish, saying the most crazy fucking shit to Larry King. And Larry's like, you know what, Norm? He's like, 50 years in the radio business. The one thing I learned is I rarely talk. I always listen. That's why I always learn from the guests, because I'm always listening. And Norm goes, can I interrupt you there? So I can't wait to come back with this podcast.
Norm is the hidden king of the internet. If he decided to have a podcast, it would be the biggest podcast of all time. If he just did it on a regular basis.
I know. We just need to get motivated.
He's buck wild, dude.
He is.
And he's always been.
Always.
There's whatever the filter, it doesn't even screw into his head.
No.
Like, there's no filter. There was never a place for it.
He's the Charles Manson of comedy. No, he loves Manson.
Does he really?
Yeah, we'll definitely get O'Neill on.
No way. He's a Manson fiend?
Huge.
How much does he know about the case?
I think he knows all. I'm sure he's read the book several times.
You think he's read that book, that
Yeah.
Chaos book? Oh, okay. Yeah, good. I need to talk to him about it.
Yeah, you have to.
Well, listen, brother.
Dude, I can't
Always
thank
good
you
to see
enough.
you.
Always good. We got to do this in the VIP bar.
Yes. Next time I see you, I hope we're at the Comedy Store and
Definitely.
there's shows. Tell everybody your Instagram so they can tell you.
Oh, at Adam eBay.
Send you a lot of dick
Yeah,
pics.
send me all the dick pics at Adam eBay.
On Twitter and Instagram, or just
At
Instagram?
Twitter at Adam Eget.
okay.
Instagram at Adam eBay.
All right, brother. Thank you.
God
that was
bless
fun.
you.
That was
Thank
fun.
you
God
so
bless
much.
you.
Thank
Praise
you.
Odin to you all.
Yes.
Bye.
Hail Bob. Dude, thank you so much. I was fucking terrified. I hope I